In 250 years, the United States of America has become the greatest country in the history of the world, and it is not even close. We have Ayatollahs dying. We have Europe sweltering in heat. We have woke killing everyone. The UK is in collapse. My YouTube channel was targeted by the British government. We have so much to talk about. What a fantastic day, guys, where nothing bad happens. So lock in, boys and girls. Definitely subscribe, and let's see what we got. So, to get things rolling, come and take it, said George Washington to the British about air conditioning, because the British do not have air conditioning. Just to talk about this great nation, as July 4th, I was on vacation July 4th, celebrating with my family, as any good American should. And let's just remind you, she could have been our president.
Since 1934, every October, the United States has recognized the voyage of the European explorers who first landed on the shores of the Americas. But that is not the whole story.
Well,
That has never been the whole story.
what is the whole story?
Those explorers ushered in a wave of devastation for tribal nations, perpetrating violence, stealing land, and spreading disease.
The Nakba.
We must not shy
Holy shit, the Europeans Nakba the savages.
away
Oh,
from this
man.
shameful past.
Oh,
And we
man.
must shed light on it and do everything we can to address the impact of the past on Native communities today.
I totally agree. Let's talk about the impact. The impact was the base Europeans created the greatest civilization known to man. Thank God. God bless America. Amen. Kamala, shut the fuck up. Thank God you're not the president. You're never going to be the president. Holy shit. This guy, this is so gay. It's crazy how gay they are. All right, anyway, Dan Blazarian. I will not be celebrating Independence Day because our country is occupied by the Jews. This app is also occupied by the Jews. Bro, the least patriotic retards are coming out of the woodwork. It's truly incredible. Mehdi Hassan, all right, this is a British Pakistani Muslim American, saying, I became a citizen just 6 years ago, and I am happy to lecture and educate you on what it means to be an American and why your party is undermining American values. That's right, baby. That's our guy. That's our dude. Patriot. I just became an American yesterday. I am going to explain to you why you are not an American. Franklin grows weary of foreigners telling him what America is. True. Base Franklin. All right, Mehdi Hassan. You didn't respond to my tweet, but you want to start by deporting your immigrant in-laws. Your immigrant father-in-law, after all, was a convicted criminal. 2. Washington actually had people called Muhammad fighting in his continental army. Have you even read U.S. history? Now, there are literally more Muslims serving in the Israeli Defense Force than fought under George Washington. That's one. All right. And you don't forget that. That's one. And 2, do you realize that the Revolutionary War was literally bankrolled by Jews? Right? George Washington wrote an entire letter thanking the Jews for bankrolling the Revolutionary War. Chaim Solomon. That whole story. So listen, man, Mehdi Hassan is gonna sit here with "We was kings" and shit. We was kings. King David was a Muslim. We was Americans. We was white European Christians. Yeah, all right, bro. Bro needs to lear some history. Anyway, Jasmine Crockett. I just wanted to basically let you all be fully aware that the Democratic Party hates our country and also hates history.
This 4th of July, I say celebrate a black woman that you know.
Why?
Because whether it's
Why?
an invention that she made,
What inventions have they made?
or whether it's the very democracy that still hangs by a thread,
You
right?
think democracy was invented by black women? This is the craziest cope I've ever heard in my entire life. How are these real people?
Now, there is a black woman to thank for her contributions.
Are
When
there?
it comes
Is
to
there,
answering
though?
the question of what America
Is there,
owes black
though?
women, the answer is everything. When we think about the sacrifices that black women have made from the moment that we were stolen from our homelands and
Oh my
transported
No,
into this
actually, you were sold. You weren't stolen. You were sold by blacks. Blacks sold you, and then we treated you a lot better than they ever did.
country, this 4th of July,
Holy copamole. It's crazy that we have to tolerate these people. So again, let me just remind you what the Democrat Party is. It's a whole bunch of people that hate our country and hate our history and want us to die. I'm really glad that we're here. This is a gigantic development. All right, huge actually. All right. Anyway, it keeps going. It keeps going. My ancestors were slaves 250 years ago. I'm not celebrating shit. So leave. So leave. Bro, Ghana offers black Americans free citizenship. Just go back. Just leave. If America's... I love America so much. All these people, they refuse. They all just come. They refuse to leave. Blast and Odin, thanks for the 5,000 kicks. And D-House, thanks for the 10 subs. All right, bro. All right, here we have a group of the Proud Boys celebrating a group of masked men gathered at Union Station, probably funded by the SPLC or some leftist organization. Literal Nazis marching the streets of D.C. for America's 150th anniversary. That's Trump's America. And it's like, spare me, bro. A guy with a literal Nazi tattoo is a Democrat nominee in Maine. All right, literally running for Senate in Maine, an actual neo-Nazi with an actual Nazi Totenkopf tattoo. And they're going to literally try and bitch about how leftist organizations are funding the KKK. All right, Merriam-Webster's Dictionary Twitter account dropped the hottest tweet of the day. Why is it canceled with 2 L's in the UK, but canceled with 1 L in the US? Because we gave them that L in 1776. True! Now, Charlie Kirk, just to remind you of why our country is so awesome.
Hello, Charlie.
What's your name?
None your business.
Okay, hello, nice to meet you, none of your business.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So, do you love America?
Yes, I do.
I hate America. Every state in the USA should be an independent country. What do you think of this?
Well, I just first have to ask, since you hate the country, do you plan to leave?
What do you mean by that?
Do you plan to go live in another country?
No, I do not.
America is the only country where even those who hate it refuse to leave.
Real.
That's how you know you live in a great country.
Hello.
That's my goat. That's my goat. We miss you, Charlie. We really miss you. That's my goat. Now, our actual greatest allies are all celebrating July 4th for us, all right?
What do we see now?
Here we got, this is the United Arab Emirates, all right? Our allies in the United Arab Emirates. Now, the Democrats hate America. Europe, libtards, hate America. The United Arab Emirates is celebrating America. We got Zelensky in Ukraine celebrating America. We got the walls of Jerusalem's old city in Israel celebrating America. We got Japan celebrating America. No European countries are actually celebrating America because they're all salty bitches. All right, and and Democrats hate America because they're salty bitches. It's honestly incredible. And the Donald is getting back in business. Over 273 Americans have been shot since the Iran war began in Chicago. Let's not forget exactly what we're dealing with here. Let's not forget. Since the Iran war started, we have lost 273 Americans in Chicago. For those of you keeping track, that is 20 times more casualties than actually happened in the Iran war as we denuclearized an enemy. Now, while July 4th celebrations were going on in the homeland, Mojtaba Khamenei is nowhere to be seen at his father's funeral. So, Ayatollah Khamenei, guy, you remember him? We killed him in like the first 30 seconds of the war as it started, like a little bit ago. A couple months ago, war started. We popped off their top guys. We eviscerated them. We vaporized a couple of Ayatollahs. So they just did their funeral today. I guess they were able to gather up the bits. Now, the gay son, Mojtaba Khamenei, the guy who's allegedly the supreme leader, he didn't show up. He did not show up to the actual funeral. No, they were afraid that either he's dead, or he's in a coma, or he's just scared shitless. Just in, Iranian Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei will not attend his father's funeral, obviously. And CNN spent the entire day literally showing the funeral of Khamenei instead of showing any July 4th celebrations. That's right. Instead of celebrating 250 years of our nation, celebrating Independence Day, they spent the entire day covering Ayatollah Khamenei's funeral. Iran sends a defiant message to Trump. CNN, by the way, literal Islamist terrorist propaganda with colossal funeral for slain leader Ali Khamenei. Look at his big picture of this fucking terrorist, rapist, pedophile who's dead right now. This is so sad. Now, the Donald dropped some nukes on Iran as well.
I did a blockade that was essentially not a blockade. It was a wall of steel.
We have the great Navy, the greatest Navy in the world. These guys are unbelievable.
The great Navy.
Not one ship got through
It's
to
a great
Iran.
Navy.
They have 300% inflation. They're making no money.
You realize we destroyed Iran, right? You realize we destroyed their economy and their military, and there are people still making believe that we lost the war, right? You realize that?
So
just remember, next time someone tells you CNN, anything about CNN, just remind them that CNN is actually pro-terrorism, pro-pedophilia, and pro-goat rape. Don't forget to remind them. They hate our country.
we're going to take some of the money and we're going to buy them. They need food. They need corn and wheat and soybeans. And we're going to have...
They ruined their economy. They're out of money. And then, wow, we're going to give them money to buy food from us. Oh, but the money that we give them, it's their money that we froze. We are going to make them poor, so they need money, and then we're going to unfreeze their money, but force them to use the money that we unfreeze for them to buy food from us. Colossal W.
Exclusively our American farmers provide that, assuming we get to the position where we should get to. I think we're going to get there. They have...
We'll see.
Their strength is gone.
We'll see.
Their bravado is gone, although they keep up a pretty good front. The one thing they do have is fake news. The New York Times...
They have our news. They have our news. Our left wing is literally running defense for terrorists. Do you understand how evil that is? Oh my God, it is insanity, complete and utter insanity that this is happening. It's crazy.
Said the other day that Iran is in better position now than it was 4 months ago. I said, wait a minute. Their military is gone. Their inflation is up to 300% from 5%.
See, I am actually a centrist. I'm not a leftist, which is why I want Iran to rape children and nuke us. Because I'm a centrist. I want Iran to get nuclear weapons. I really do, because I'm a centrist.
Their leaders are gone.
I'm not like a leftist or anything. I'm pretty center, which is why I support the industrialized child rape by Ayatollahs.
Second row of leaders are gone. Some of their third row of leaders are gone. Their generals are mostly wiped out. But they said that they are in better shape today than they were 4 months ago before we attacked.
Yeah, and that's the media. That's the media. I know they literally lost everything, but their resolve has never been stronger. Hopefully, they're still raping children. Hopefully. Otherwise, they're really lost. As long as the children continue getting raped, then I'm okay with it. Because I'm a centrist. I'm not like a leftist. Anyway, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu decided to drop a crazy fucking bar.
New military does, and can we have some of your AI and cyber expertise? You know, Israel is the #2 country in cyber in the world, and our technology is absurd. I mean, it's so good. The relations are not quite as they appear, and we have many friends. And I have to tell you, we also take care of our friends, especially the Christians in the Middle East. The Christian villages in Lebanon. Some of them have actually asked to be annexed to Israel because we protect them against the Hezbollah.
Oh, shit.
Fanatics who want to kill them. And we do the same things with Christians everywhere.
Well, you're
protect
leading...
the Christians in the Middle
So that's
East.
pretty insane.
You're touching on my next...
That's pretty freaking crazy. Now, apparently you have Christian villages in Lebanon asking to be annexed into Israel because Hezbollah keeps killing them. But hey, whoa. Anna Kasparian prefers that the Christians get killed by Hezbollah. That's what they like. They prefer that, actually. All right, so, whoa. Listen, man, I know the Christians want to be annexed into Israel, but Anna Kasparian and Shank Yogurt disagree. So, who are we to decide? As a centrist, I want Hezbollah to kill as many innocent people as possible, because I love rape. I'm a centrist. Anyway, Trump calls NATO a burden, all right? Ridiculous for the USA to continue along this one-sided path when the relationship is not reciprocal. They were not there for us. Reciprocal, my favorite word. I love reciprocal. It's easily one of my favorite words. All right, USA, $999 billion into NATO. UK, France, Italy, Poland, around 50 to 90 million. And we need to get out of NATO. Listen, man, I'm just saying, everyone complained, oh, we're funding Israel. Bro, we are giving so much more money to NATO, it's not even funny, and then we get nothing from them. Which is why we need to stop giving money to anyone. We need to get out of everything. No more foreign shit. No more UN, no more NATO, no more foreign funding. Oh my God, and we would live in paradise. Listen, Democrats, think of all that money you'll be able to defraud us with now that we're not giving it to fucking retards in Europe. Think about it that way. right? U.S. Ambassador Waltz silenced the actual Iranian ambassador in the UN.
Unfortunately, the representative of the regime started his remarks today by saying, apparently, this council should not meet, should not speak. Let me remind you where you are. This is not Tehran. This is the United States of America. This is the United Nations Security Council. You will not silence this body.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. This is America.
The representative goes on
This is America.
to say that the ambassador from Bahrain, the foreign minister, myself, and other members of this body are full of lies, that we're lying. Let me ask you, what here is a lie?
Oh, shit.
Who's lying here? Is this Arab family in Bahrain in a residential neighborhood whose home was destroyed by an Iranian Shahed drone? Are they lying?
I love how the UN, by the way, completely captured by China and Islam. All right, I love how the UN never condemns Iran for this stuff. They've been bombing civilians literally since this war starts in like 7 different countries, and they had nothing to say about it.
Crown Plaza Hotel full of tourists? Are they lying?
Uh-oh.
First responders whose headquarters were struck.
Yeah, so my hot take is we don't need to be in the UN at all. They could just shut the... We should just leave. We don't even need to be there. Listen, man, you know what Islam stands for? The International Society of Liars and Murderers. That was a joke. I'm kidding. That was obviously just a joke because I'm a comedian. But yeah, no, the reality is actually we don't need to even take part of this charade. We don't need to be here. We don't need to be in the UN. We don't need to sit here and virtue signal and talk about how they're bad. We just need to bomb the fuck out of them and leave. All right. If we determine ourselves that they need to die, we kill them and we just move on. That's just how it works. Now, Rand Paul, dude, I love American politics under Trump. It's so much more entertaining. So Rand Paul is a libertarian. He actually was against Trump constantly. He is always anti-Trump, all right, on all the things until very recently. Suddenly, I am fighting to get the Save America Act passed. Thank you for recognizing my commitment to this cause, Mr. President. And now, all of a sudden, he loves Trump. He used to be based. Then he started backstabbing Trump. And recently, over the last couple of weeks, he has been glazing Trump non-stop. This has been glazing with a capital G. Insane levels of pro-Trumpening happening over here on Rand Paul's page. Rand Paul loves Trump. Does the Constitution allow this? We love Trump. Here, reminder, birth tourism is bad. We love Trump. Fauci was bad. Trump was right. Trump was right about everything. And he does not stop. His entire thing is pro-Trump now. What happened? What happened to Rand Paul? Well, a lot of people have been wondering. Now, what did Trump do to make this neighbor fall in line? That is a fantastic question. And the answer is simple. He nuked Massey from orbit. That's exactly what happened. Thomas Massey was one of the most popular candidates. He backstabbed Trump. Trump endorsed the other guy, and he lost. And ever since then, Rand Paul loves Trump. No one saw this coming. Thanks for the 500 kicks, Azure. So yeah, it's pretty insane. Thomas Masshole lost his election, backstabbed Trump a couple times. He called him a terrorist and a pedophile and stuff like that. And now all of a sudden, wow, everyone's scared of him. And now all of a sudden, they're working with Trump. Isn't that crazy how that happened? Now, FBI, speaking of that, so that's on one side of the force. On the left side of the force, the FBI infiltrated Gavin Newsom's inner circle by convincing governor's ally to wear a wire. This is bad. This is bad for Gavin Newsom. Holy schmorglitz. Gavin Newsom appointee wore FBI wire in corruption probe. Oh my God. They are getting him in 4K. They are shoving this subpoena up his ass, brother. Up his ass. Now, this is how the Democrat Party is figuring out elections now. You know, the Democrats, they're the anti-racists.
But on the Jewish thing, because he is...
wrap it up real quick.
I was saying, he is Jewish.
Oh, that's a problem.
He might be the Democrat that can thread the needle, because even though he's Jewish, he's very critical of the Israeli government, very critical of Benjamin
Netanyahu. Bad.
He has credibility on that.
But it doesn't matter. He's Jewish.
So it's possible that I think he could be...
Jew alert.
Fill that lane in between the two
though.
extremes of the Democratic Party.
Ask Scott Wiener how that's working out for him.
Ask Scott Wiener. Scott Wiener is like this radical leftist, I can't say the F slur. I'm on YouTube and... Hi, YouTube overlords. Please remonetize my channel. I would really prefer it if I was monetized. So we can so that definitely subscribe so you can surpass Ben Shapiro and become top Jew. Okay, so anyway, he's mega gay, mega radical. He's anti-Israel, but he's Jewish, so all the Muslims hate him, obviously. And the Democrats, they're just terrorists now. So it seems like ask Scott Wiener how that worked out.
Yeah, as a Jew, some people read a little more Jewish than other people, and John Ossoff may not read as Jewish as Josh Shapiro.
Welcome to the leftist politics in America. They are so anti-racist. You read a little too Jewish. We could never actually put you forward because our radical Islamic terror organization that's living in our fucking country, that's mind-raping students into thinking that Palestine exists, all of a sudden these guys are not going to vote for you. It's insane. This is the Democrats right now, the anti-racist. Isn't it amazing? Yes, unfortunately, based on my measurements, unfortunately, we can't put you on the ballot. I'm sorry. It's just we've done the appropriate measurements, and unfortunately, we can't do it. It's just I'm not gonna say what it is. But we not very woke of them. Not very woke of them. Meanwhile, Abdul El Sayed, terrorist, in my opinion, he rails against AIPAC, right? Israeli funding. Obviously, I'm against AIPAC. I hate all the super PACs. But meanwhile, this guy is literally funded by CARE, which is the Muslim Brotherhood. So the Muslim Brotherhood is funding Democrat candidates that are just going out there being like, the Jews control the media because they get funding. And it's like, bro, are we serious? Meanwhile, Hegseth planned to drop a bombshell at a recent NATO meeting saying the U.S. was going to withdraw troops from Europe. But then he shared his plan with Rubio and others at the White House, and the plan got nixed. Hegseth then announced a force posture review instead. Now, understand, Hegseth, I want to review troops from Europe. Rubio, I'll skin your kids alive and make... No, I'm kidding. But Patriot, bro, you're going to see something big is happening. Now, Rubio is currently terminating the legal statuses of all the communists. All right, all the communists that went on the Cuba trip, they are all getting railed.
The department is now investigating Piker and Code Pink, who hosted his trip to Cuba. The feds are looking at funding for the trip, which some think is tied to the Chinese Communist Party. Also under scrutiny, American businessman and social activist Neville Roy Singham, who has donated to Code Pink in the past and has alleged ties to China through his business dealings. The investigation is looking at his trip, which involved as many as 40 American citizens who joined what is being called a Marxist convoy to Havana.
That's right, and they're all going to die. Go to jail.
The Trump administration wants to know if Piker and Code Pink violated U.S. laws and sanctions in support of Cuba's communist government. For now, nobody has been charged.
For now. Emphasis on for now. Piker is cooked. Now, Piker decides, people on this website treat me like I'm the biggest villain and I just want free healthcare. This is like my favorite leftist meme. It's like, I support jihad. I want to overthrow America. I hate Jews. I just want to support, like, I just want free healthcare. I actually just want free healthcare for the Browns. I just want the brown invaders to get free shit from the whites that work for a living. Meanwhile, bro wants visibly Jewish people to be afraid to go out in public.
Mike from PA just spent 5 hours apologizing for using the word demonic. Yeah,
because he said Jews are demonic.
Look, I'm not speaking on his situation, but the Israeli Defense Force is conducting a genocide. I'm not saying it.
Yeah. Jews are demons. Jews are demons. They're killing terrorists.
Entire ethnicity of people, or even an entire nation of people are demonic or anything like that. So don't try to fucking slam words into my mouth. The enthusiasm for the unlimited baby murder is going away because people are too scared to continue doing baby murder because there are repercussions for it. That's disgusting that you're from Israel. What the fuck? Overseas, but are worried about their safety. Recommendation include, don't make your Israeli identity obvious. Don't wear shirts with Hebrew.
Don't make your Israeli identity obvious. Don't wear shirts with Hebrew.
And think twice before walking with a kippah or tzitzit, garments that are worn by religious males.
Shit, don't you dare be visibly Jewish in public. You might get killed by a terrorist, and that's just it's just appropriate, actually.
Don't tell strangers that you're Israeli or Jewish. Don't post your travel plans on social media or revealing information / post about your trip in real time. I'll leave you with just one question. Is there any country that needs to warn its citizens to hide their identity when traveling overseas? There is currently, as it stands, okay, there are countries that I suspect.
You are literally a Turk. You invented genocide, you fucking roach. All right? Like, it's the craziest thing ever.
Do this. Russians probably, to a certain degree, do this.
No, they don't. Russians don't hide their Russian identity out of fear of getting stabbed in the streets. No one says that, you absolute retard.
Americans also experience.
You think Americans are cowering, afraid to be recognized as American as they go throughout the, like, are you serious? Like, no one's doing that. Americans are proud to be American because we're better than all the other countries. Like, it's the opposite, actually. It's the opposite. I look down at the British. No offense, British. You guys used to be cool. Now you're gay. Anyway, so that's Hassan. Hassan, who just wants free healthcare. Hassan dreams for a future where he's not radical enough.
A smoke jumper. I'm a fucking dildo with a microphone. All I do is chirp, chirp, chirp. That motherfucker's saving lives, brother. Hello? Yeah, no shit. He's fucking mogging me.
True, he is a dildo. True.
I dream of a society of the future that hangs me as a reactionary, and I dream of a society in the future where every candidate mogs me, okay? Every candidate.
I mean, I also dream for a future where they hang you. I was a joke, obviously. I fully support him going to jail and getting deported. Ideally, they don't kill him or anything. Silver, thanks for the 500 blast, and thanks for the 1,000. But he said it, not me. Okay, deal, Hassan, deal. You know what? You make a good point. Asmongold, obviously, freaking the fuck out, because one of the major Hassan leaks recently is that he has a giant picture of himself in a filled diaper hanging in his house.
Hassan has a framed image of him with a filled diaper in his streaming room. What is this?
Bro. Yeah, I've covered the old Hassan furry arc, but it's real. It's real.
Oh god, I can never unsee that.
Yep.
Oh jeez, why do I have to see this?
Yep, that's right. That's right. That's what happens. He's a terrorist and he's retarded. It's awesome. Now, Asmongold actually had a pretty crazy take on rabbis.
I cannot do a Jewish tier list unless I get my DNA results and it says that I'm Jewish.
I'll give you the J pass. I'll give you the J pass, sir. I'll give you the J pass, Asmongoy. You got this, bro. I got.
Cannot do a Jewish tier list. Now,
I will get the rabbi certification and laminate it and mail it to you. Okay? Myself, if that's what it takes.
What I mean by I cannot do means I cannot verbalize a Jewish. I obviously have already done one in my head. I already have the tier list. I mean, I have an answer for you prepared. I'm just not able to express it.
Of course.
So
definitely subscribe so we can beat Ben Shapiro and become top Jew.
Yeah, I just can't say that right now. But yes, do it rich on the podcast. I'd have to honestly, I'd have to be Jewish myself. I would get a rabbi's approval.
Asmongoy over here, bro. Please, what is this?
I'm gonna say something that people might not like, but I've seen a lot of these rabbi advice videos.
Oh shit!
And I've never seen a single one that I disagreed with.
I guess the word of God is appealing, I suppose. No one's... he's evolving. Asmongoy is evolving into Asmongoldstein. No one has ever anticipated this. That's right.
I've never seen a single one.
That's right.
I saw one the other day, and it said, when your wife is getting mad and arguing, you can't argue with her because then there's just two women in the room.
That's right. That's a fact.
And there's nothing will ever be resolved.
That's true. That's true. That's literally a Talmud quote, by the way. That's right.
And I was like, fuck, bro. Like, I gotta do this DNA test. I gotta do this, bro. Like,
oh my God. Asmongoldstein promised to Nux 3,000 years ago. You know how it is. Definitely subscribe. But I'll give him all the things. Meanwhile, Muslim nurses are working in Houston, Texas, in health. Are posting videos talking about how they wouldn't treat patients if they watch Fox News. Wow. When I walk into my patient's room and Fox News is we both know. Yep, that's right. That's right. Anyway, she was fired because that's actually not legal, obviously. But I got to talk about the foreign propagandists that seem to exist. All right? Because these guys are crazy. Chris Cuomo, who I'm not like a fan of or anything, obliterated Tucker Carlson. I've never seen anything like this before in my entire life.
Emptying the prisons.
Russia has 100 million
140 million people, but
100 million more people.
But have you ever heard of us emptying out the prisons? I mean, why does he have to do that? He's in a desperate place.
Because he doesn't want his citizens to have to fight an unpopular war because he's worried about his popularity because he wants to stay in power. So it's easier to send convicts to the front. They have done this for centuries. I'm against it, but I'm just saying that's the fact. The point is,
you think Putin is concerned about his popularity in a place
He's literally a dictator, bro.
where he kills all of his opponents on a regular
very
basis?
concerned about his popularity.
Really? When he completely engineers the outcome of everything that happens?
Russia is a very complicated place with a lot of different competing power centers, including the FSB, which
And how has he stayed in power so long?
Because he's really good at politics and he pays very close attention
Because he kills his opponents.
to what the public thinks. Very close. He's got the military, like just like any
I
country.
love how this guy backstabs Trump. He calls Trump the Antichrist, but he fucking loves Putin.
It's first of all,
you know how lousy life is there for people, right? And not just because of the economic sanctions right now. It just has been. I mean, you know,
have you been there recently?
Recently, no.
I've been there.
We're not allowed in.
I've been there twice in the last year.
I've been there twice in the last year. Therefore, my opinion is worth more than you. Have you been there? Have you ever been to Gaza, Tucker Carlson? Have you been to Lebanon and Hezbollah headquarters? Have you ever been there?
Why are you allowed in?
Oh,
I don't know. I'm an American.
This is the craziest twist I've ever heard.
I'm whatever.
Friend of
So, why were you allowed into Russia? Because you're a friend of Putin? Man, bro. Oh. Oh, it's so bad.
Because I believe in seeing things and reaching my own conclusions.
Oh, me too. I'm not allowed in there as a journalist.
Oh. So you mean to tell me that they don't let journalists in, but they do let in friends of Putin like Tucker Carlson?
I'm sure you could call right now and they will let you in, and you should go.
Oh, you can make the boss call? You could get him in?
Me out. Wind up like Paul Whelan.
I think
and
that-
you wouldn't be
I think
arguing
they
my
would.
case.
But look, here's the point. No, Russia, Putin does not have absolute control of his country, and there are all kinds of potential rivals. He's been there for 20 years.
And then he literally stammers for the next minute.
I'm more sympathetic towards him than towards Zelensky.
I mean, I'm definitely more sympathetic to Putin than Zelensky for the following reason. I'm not sympathetic to Putin in the sense that I don't want to move to Russia. I don't see Russia as like a close friend of mine at all, or a free country or anything like that. I'm just saying, I think it's fair to judge leaders on how they do for their country. They have one job: do a good job for your country.
Russia is literally shit. The economy is fucking borked.
Make it better. And
yeah, that is really bad. That looks so bad, dude. Meanwhile, speaking of infiltration, Pope Leo went to Lampedusa to highlight the humanitarian crisis for migrants. Bro, what are we doing, man? What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, man? What are we doing? It turns out everything is being funded by China. Everything is being funded by commies. The commies are everywhere. The Chinese are everywhere. Of course, the dumbest people on the planet are posting this. An Israeli soldier in Gaza holds up the sock of a Palestinian girl after killing her, filming himself smiling after writing in his post, "My new hobby, smelling the sock of a 5-year-old girl twice a day for 4 months." Oh my god, what a monster. What a savage. Oh, Anna Kasparian says savage. And Shank Younger says terrorist. It's AI. It's obviously AI, bro. Look at the fucking patch. It's gibberish. These aren't words. It's obviously AI. Oh my god, these people are retarded. Bro, Muslims actually just get one-shotted by the third world. Literally one-shotted by the third world. Now, to quote, to wrap up this little segment, I gotta hit you with the funniest thing I've ever read in my entire life. Many Japanese believe that the Jews control the world and are exceedingly intelligent. Instead of leading to anti-Semitic rhetoric, the Japanese feel it is in their best interest to stay on the Jewish people's good side, he told the Jerusalem Post on Tuesday. Shaloni then spoke about a group of Japanese dignitaries who had visited Hebrew University and brought them the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, which is like a Nazi book, as a gift, believing the book was actually a compliment to the Jewish people and their alleged global power. The Japanese were like, holy shit, the Jews control the world. That's so fucking awesome. Bro, literally no one saw this coming. That was insane. So yeah, anyway, this is this is just what we're dealing with these days. Infinite retard propaganda everywhere, and we just have to live with it. But damn, bro, I'm really, really glad when I see the dumbest people on earth getting one-shotted by AI. Now, while Americans that like America is, they're celebrating America, the Communist Party of New Yorkistan is not doing that, actually. They are doing the quite opposite. There was a mass shooting in New York, obviously, because Zoran Mamdani wants to abolish prisons and release prisoners and let that happen. So there was a shooting. It was bad. It's really bad in New York right now. Really, really bad. The Donald dropped the bomb. The Communist Party is made up of illegal immigrants, criminals, and everybody that doesn't want to work. President Donald J. Trump. He's just right. If the Communist Party exists today, essentially as a, hey, let's bring in a lot of low IQ subtards. They won't be able to do anything, but they are going to vote. And they're going to vote to take for money from the people that do work. All right, so the subtards get that vote. The manipulated people get that vote. All right, it's literally a party for criminals, low IQ, dumb shits, and that's it. That is a party of, that is the left. That is the modern left. And that's why they keep winning, because they love terrorism, and they hate God, and they love killing white people. So it's literally awesome for these guys to elect people like moron Zamdani, who fucking sucks in every conceivable metric. He really does. It's pretty incredible, actually. Now, there are a lot of things that we need to talk about, like the fact that Zoran Mamdani wants to save the environment by telling people not to use air conditioning during a heat wave. People are dying of cold in the winter. People are dying of heat in the summer. It's just really bad if you're in New Yorkistan right now. There was a massive power outage. Bro, it's just hell over there, actually. They're turning it... He's turning it into London. Turbine, thanks for the 1,000 kicks. All right, escalators in New York are being turned off to conserve energy. Welcome to the third world, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost like if you import the third world, you become the third world. Now, I wouldn't say that that's necessarily true, but the warmth of collectivism is when air conditioners stop working. So Zoran Mamdani talks about who we are as a nation next to newly arrived migrants. Let me just remind you, he became a citizen in 2018.
And towards ourselves, to take measure of who we are as a nation. When we look at America,
man, I love when foreigners come to America and tell me what it means to be an American.
What do we see?
What do we see?
Here at City Hall, as I sit behind George Washington's desk, alongside new Americans who came to this country, I cannot see all of America. But like so many who came before, I can see New York City. And towards our...
Yeah. Man, let me tell you what America really is. All of these people who should not be here, but they're here now, and they're going to vote. They're fat and brown, and they have hijabs, and they're going to vote to take your money, because that is what it means to be American. Yeah, Democrat Mayor Moron Zamdani slanders our country.
City of contradiction. As we mark 250 years, what do we see? We see a city of contradictions within a nation of contradictions. We see the wealthiest country in the history of the world, one where children go to sleep hungry, while the world's first trillionaire hungers for more. We see monopolies that dominate every industry and oligarchs who buy elections. We see masked agents terrorizing our streets, eating food cooked by our undocumented neighbors before spiriting them away in unmarked vans.
Huge. Bro,
as we mark...
Not nearly enough. Not nearly enough, man. I wish Donald Trump was the terrifying figure that the left thought he was. All right, Elon Musk actually responded to this whole charade. This shebang. All right, he brought the Mamdani has built nothing. He is a taker, never a maker. That's basically all of communism, actually. This is Mamdani 2 years after he became a citizen. All right, middle finger to Columbus. Take it down. Take it down, because he hates our country, actually. That's actually why. It's because he hates our country, obviously. All right, now, Elon Musk wants Zoran Mamdani kicked out of the country. Patriot, kick him out. Patriot. Denaturalize, deport Zoran Mamdani. Yes, says Elon Musk. Patriot, that's right. Now, Sneeko, of course, loves the new Islamification of New York. So, bro's out there celebrating.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Oh no! Fuck you! This is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. Welcome to Mamdani's New York. You see this city? You see how it looks? Inshallah, your city looks just like this too.
I'm so glad they say it out loud, because if I would say this, I would get removed from YouTube for harassing Muslims. All the Muslims... Listen, man. I don't want to harass the Muslims, but they keep trying to kill me, and I really don't like it. Sorry, call me controversial or something, but they keep trying to kill me. I don't like it so much. Yeah, we're gonna have to liberate New York at some point. We're gonna deport these monkeys. It's gonna be awesome. Anyway, just want to make it clear. See, my favorite thing is, I would like to take this moment before we continue to say, God, thank you for making our enemies retarded. You could have made our enemies intelligent. You could have given them an average IQ of 100. but you decided to have them fuck their cousins for generations to create some of the dumbest fucking people on the planet, that they just say this out loud. They didn't need to. They could have said, we want to be American just like you. We want to contribute and assimilate. They could say that. But because they're such egotistical, prideful, retarded, inbred fucks, they feel the need to put in our face that they are here to colonize us. God, I thank you for making our enemies retarded. Amen. Anyway, this is also Sneeko crying when he found out that America smoked the supreme leader of Iran.
امام علی صلوات الله علیه و سلامه علیهما در ماه مبارک رمضان با سر دادن ندای آسمانی فست و به رب الکعبه به ساحت مقدس الهی واصل گردید و شهد گوارای شهادت را در این ماه
He was literally my favorite pedophile. No! No. Gay! Anyway, the Donald addressed this situation.
You can be loyal to Karl Marx, or you can be loyal to America. You can be a communist, or you can be a patriot. You cannot be both. As for those who peddle Marxist lies about our heritage, who tell our children that we live on stolen
Donald Trump, please deport all the communists. Deport the commies. They have to go.
Land, or that our heroes were oppressors. They're doing something much worse than slandering our past. They are slandering and attacking our future. Not going to let that happen. They're trying to tear down the great American character, to destroy the people who declared independence, who crossed the Delaware, who settled the West, and conquered the skies. You know who those people are.
Oh, yeah, we do.
But we will never let that happen. Our American ancestors did not shed their blood at
But you mean to tell me that Muslims didn't arrive on the Mayflower? We was European adventurers, man. Shit, we was adventuring. We was out there colonizing America first.
Concord and Trenton, Gettysburg and Shiloh, Midway and Normandy.
We was colonizing
just so
some
that
shit.
A band of thieves, radicals, and lunatics could come in and loot, pillage our nation. Our heroes died.
And then George Washington said, Allahu Akbar. Shit. Yeah, that's right. We was here. We was gangs. We was presidents. All right. Anyway, CNN, this is really funny. So Zoran Mamdani is trying to push everyone to turn up the heat. All right. He made a post. I covered this in my previous video, saying everyone needs to make your air conditioner set at 78 degrees because otherwise we're gonna fry the entire circuit board. All right. Pretty good stuff. Anyway, someone asked CNN as they're glazing Mamdani, hey, what is your thermostat set at?
Ben, I don't understand this.
Do you support it?
Ask Nikki Haley.
No, I'm asking you, do you think, when you saw that, you're like, hell yeah, let me walk over there and knock that number up to 78?
Let me ask you a question. Is Nikki the Republic of South Carolina, communist state?
I am not going to say if my air conditioner is high.
78 there a lot. 78 there a lot.
What about Texas, Ben?
Do you support
Ben, don't you live in Texas?
I live in Texas,
okay,
and
so
there's no way in hell we're putting it on 78 degrees.
That's why your grid falls apart.
It's not 78 degrees in here right now either. No one's gonna abide by this. Like, it's absurd.
But Ben, I'm just saying. This is a weird...
Listen, she's a black woman. She literally invented democracy. Can we please give her a break?
Weird hill to die on.
No, because
when Nikki Haley says... Hold on. When Nikki Haley says, we ask that you set your thermostat to 68 or lower. By doing in the winter,
78.
In the winter, this is for the winter energy conservation. So in the winter, they're telling people to set. She's telling people.
Yeah, insane deflection, and of course she refuses to show it. Meanwhile, a man set himself on fire outside the UN headquarters in New York. Makes sense. Makes sense. Blowing yourself up is kind of is a thing. And inshallah, New Yorkistan. You know what I'm saying? That's just what happens, I guess. Anyway, Zoran Mamdani freaks out yesterday during Friday prayers at the Muslim Center in New York and Queens. A man reached for his pocket and congregants saw what looked like a firearm, creating a terrifying situation for Muslim New Yorkers who had gathered to worship. You got Jews getting beaten and stabbed every day, all right, and shit. But no, we are crying for the Muslim New Yorkers that were terrified of a man that terrorized them. I am immensely grateful and relieved that the MTA employee, cab driver, NYPD officer acted quickly to ensure no one was hurt. Every New Yorker, blah, blah, blah. This is heartbreaking. Bazoran, I've noticed that you didn't name the attacker. Why didn't you name the terrorist? This is so weird. Why didn't he name the attacker? It's weird, right? Like, you'd think if the attacker's name was Shlomo Rubenberg, I feel like you would have named it, right? If his name was Paul Smith, I have a feeling you would have named it, right? It's really weird that he didn't name, oh, it was a Muslim. It was a guy named Sheikh tackled by congregate. It was a Muslim. It was Muslim on Muslim violence. Bro's making this sound like Islamophobia. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit. This guy is such a crybaby. It's insane. Anyway, meanwhile, what actually did happen, which I have not seen him talk about yet, 8 people, including 4 children, were wounded after a gunman opened fire at a July 4th barbecue at Coney Island. But hey, the good news is he doesn't arrest criminals. The mass shooting in Coney Island last night shocks the conscience. I love how every Democrat is shocked when bad things happen because they don't arrest criminals. Praying hard for the children who were injured and all the victims. We must crush the scourge of gun violence. Yeah, but who's shooting the guns? Who's shooting the guns? We must ban the ninja swords. We're not going to ban the ninjas. Yeah, in New York City, throughout the nation, once and for all, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
Thousands are without power in New York City. Look at this.
The power problems from the extreme heat. About
That's right, baby. New York City, baby.
10,000 customers.
Elect the communist, die. Isn't that crazy?
In New York City are without electricity at this hour.
Con Ed asking customers in parts of Upper Manhattan and the Bronx and Westchester County to conserve energy.
The fire hydrant sprinklers are on, but the power in this Williamsbridge neighborhood in the Bronx is off.
It's super hot. It's super hot in the house. Not happening.
That stinks.
The sweltering heat amid dangerous temperatures topping above 100 degrees in New York City, combined with the humidity, makes it feel uncomfortably unbearable at close to 110 degrees.
How is this happening in America?
Because
we all know why. They elected a third world. They turned New York into the third world.
Especially when you want to get to the kitchen to make yourself a nice cup of tea, and no electricity you can use now the stove to get it.
Drivers and cars seem navigating their own way through this powered-off intersection.
No, we need to deport all these people. By the way, I don't know if you're aware of my stance on deporting all of them, but they all need to go.
Streetlights are out. 222nd Street and Barnes Avenue. One neighbor, a good Samaritan, was seen trying to help direct traffic.
This is the traffic
camera.
Lights. There's no police either.
You could go back there. It's dark. You go more back there to the end. It's more dark. It's so hot, and people don't want to come in here.
Israel's
gonna lose his inventory.
Family-owned grocery store at the same corner had to close and throw out ice cream and their meats because of the power outage. How frustrating is this for you?
They throw out all his food.
It's a lie because I don't make no money. I gotta pay bill. I gotta still pay the rent without the light. Still
How can there be no power?
It's this for the community right now. It's kind of hard.
And Zoran Mamdani be like, well, don't worry. We're just going to attack the landlords.
Right now.
As frustration boils, Con Edison crews and the Riverdale section of the Bronx work to restore power at
Now, the mayor went on TV and told everybody this wasn't going to happen if everybody put their AC at 78. But somebody didn't do that, and maybe this is their fault.
To some of these guys. Shit. I'm just realizing, what if one guy didn't put the thermostat to 78? That might have caused all of New York to fall apart. So really, is it Mamdani's fault?
Government buildings like...
Yes, it is Mamdani's fault.
Oh, City Hall.
City Hall.
In City Hall right now, and look, I'm not a walking human thermometer, but they do feel pretty cold.
What?
So we're standing in the center of the rotunda.
Wow, so city air conditioning for me, but not for thee. Oh, these guys suck, by the way. These guys actually fucking suck.
A skylight with no air conditioner anywhere near us. In the middle of City Hall, and it is 73 degrees.
What?
Now,
maybe if you live in the Bronx, you should visit City Hall, where there's power and AC.
No, that is a sick call. Every single one of these guys need to go. Bro, this is like the communist. This is literally China. The rich people in China, they're living good. They're living nice. Think of the fucking sweatshop laborers on the bottom. All right. Meanwhile, you have all. Listen, man. Listen, and then you have all these fucking retards crying about. I cannot, with enough fervor, say that the people are like the Cenk Youngers of the world that'd be like, we have to let Zoran Mamdani because at least he's against Israel. Oh, that's right. You're right, but he's pro-Palestine. He likes Palestine, though, so...
And lights and everything else you'd expect to find in 2026 America.
that is only 1 degree above a normal room temperature in the middle of an extreme heat wave.
Wow.
So it was 73 degrees, and their AC was blasting. What did Mamdani say when he won the race that we had to embrace again?
We will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
Well, they got the warmth.
The warmth of collectivism. For you,
stole power.
in the summer, while they enjoy air conditioning, not only were they not turning down their air conditioning, it appeared that all their lights were on too.
Wow, look at that. For no reason.
The lights are on, and there's so much natural lighting coming through these windows.
This is crazy. They're stealing power. There's people in the Bronx with no power.
This is the funny thing is, this is the playbook that they all do. All the rich commies on top are there to mind rape the poor commies on the bottom. All right, so it's incredible. It's like how Hassan Piker went and threw this gigantic rave in Cuba, literally stole the electricity from the hospitals that were like trying to operate on like children, but they couldn't because they fucking retard communist gay guy and his electrocuted dog needed electricity. It's incredible. They all do this. They all literally do this.
Going out of business, out on the streets. You have a man directing traffic. There's no police. There's no help coming for them. And the mayor is breaking his own advice, but it gets worse. Another investigation reveals that some parts of City Hall, that same area, were as low as 61 degrees. This is the New York Post. And look at this, our wonderful public transit system. They've shut down the escalators to save power so you can walk as you wait for a train that might not even show up. Look at this.
For anyone who
you know the train is going to be a fucking sweat lodge, bro.
You would find some relief from the heat and jump into Penn State.
Oh, bro, dude, can you imagine? Like, this is biological warfare. They imported 1 million Indians and they turned off the air conditioning. Like, literally, holy fuck. Holy shit. This is chemical warfare. Like, we got to get the United Nations on this immediately. This is like, what are we even supposed to fucking do? Holy shit, bro. Bro, literally, the low IQ apocalypse hit the fucking New York
station. Think again. Just look at the mess down there. Not only are there massive
the Geneva Conventions couldn't have even fathomed shit like this.
Train cancellations, the AC is not working properly in here. So the only thing hotter than the temperature right now are NJ Transit riders. For anyone about to start their long weekend, this is the last thing you want to see. We have run into countless people headed to the beach, or at least they thought. To be clear, there are some lines that are running. When they call for Trenton, a stampede of riders takes off. But for a lot of other riders, NJ Transit is saying to expect up to an hour delay. Some are being diverted to 32nd and 6th to the PATH train because they're cross-honoring tickets. But imagine lugging all your stuff to Penn, then being told you need to hoof it a few more blocks in this heat. If you can take the PATH and get yourself to Hoboken, trains seem to be running from there. Initially, NJ Transit said the delays are heat-related due to
Imagine the smell!
Sac River drawbridge being stuck in the open position. That knocked out a portion of the Bergen County and Port Jervis lines. There is some confusion, though, if that has been resolved. Either way, the problems persist.
And it wouldn't hurt if the communists at City Hall would stop stealing electricity from the average people they claim they're supposed to be looking out for.
And Post wrote, more than half of today's more than 10,000 power outages are in the Bronx.
Wow.
The company is now warning and urging its customers to reduce their voltage use by 8% to prevent more widespread outages from happening.
Wow, look at this.
But for these kids and their parents in Williamsburg, it's a little too late.
Half of my power went out and then the other half shut off.
It's horrible.
Wow.
I don't like being high. I mean, as long as the kids is having fun with the pump.
Why don't they blame the mayor?
We've been like using water balloons and the buckets to splash each other.
You can't really do nothing. The fridge is out, everything is out.
Oh,
so,
they're gonna lose all their
we
food.
just gotta wait till they fix it.
On a holiday weekend. And you know how everyone's running around in the sprinklers, taking a bath in the street? Well, that's causing other problems the communists never anticipated. According to the official NYC water account, if you live on the 4th or 5th floor, you're gonna have low water pressure or brown water.
Let's go, dude! The warmth of collectivism strikes again. Do you want some brown water during the heat wave? Oh, let's go, dude! Yes!
Because of too many open hydrants. So you've got no power. You have
next level shithole, third world ass city, man.
Of brown, undrinkable water in the capital of capitalism, New York City, the greatest city in the world. No electricity. You're drinking out of a swamp.
And they got their lights on. But you and I, we got to shut ours off to conserve energy.
Yep,
and it wasn't just that building. We sent Sarah over to Hochul's Manhattan office to check that out.
The governor's office. What's that like?
Hochul's office is in this building here. It's a private...
Bro, I love how this lady's job is just going to different places to find out that they're all living a life of luxury in the cool while they're telling everyone literally shower in shit water and don't use air conditioning.
But I did leave our thermometer in the foyer for about 20 to 30 minutes while we went and spoke to some people out here. Now we're going to run back in and check it out and see what the temperature is.
72 degrees.
72 degrees. Even colder than City Hall. The funny thing about all this is that the state that wanted to go all green energy, wanted everyone to get electric cars, that got... You have to charge those things somewhere.
Right.
Okay? They have mandated switching to an all-electric bus fleet to replace their...
I didn't even think of that, bro. You're ruining the environment if you use gas-powered vehicles. Change to electric cars. Anyway, we have no power. So, oops. Oops, I guess.
Entire diesel fleet. Do you have any idea how much energy it takes to charge those electric buses?
And they told everybody to do what? To go out and buy an electric car while they were shutting down power plants. So everyone needs to plug something in. No one can get anywhere. All these buses, all these Teslas, they want everything shut down. Can this get any worse? Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can.
Just to visualize this, okay? Bloomberg noted that a single charging station for these size vehicles would take more energy than an entire town. So I wanted to know exactly in practice how much this was.
Electric cars when there are horses.
I did a little bit of quick mathing. Check this out. Fast charging for one of those buses requires, and you can see it right there on your screen. I'm using the low end here. One bus, 600,000 watts, and that'll run that bus for 8 hours. Much of that is, well, the average window unit actually uses, oh, that's right, 300 to 500 watts an hour. So you would need to run 225 window units all day to equal the amount of energy to charge one of those city buses.
And they're everywhere.
The 5 boroughs of New York City have over 5,800 buses, many running 24.
And I love how Mamdani was like, we are going to make all the buses free. Anyway, no more air conditioning, though, so, you know.
Or 7 shifts. Since a charge is only really good for one 8-hour shift, times, you know, that by 3, 17,400 charges per day. That's the equivalent to almost 4 million window unit ACs.
No wonder the mayor wants people to turn down their ACs or shut them off altogether. He wants to redistribute their personal electricity availability to the public buses that he wants to be free. Isn't that great, New York? We're headed for free buses, but nobody can have AC. You can't plug in a toaster. The local grocery store has to throw out all their food on a holiday weekend. There's no food coming until Monday. You realize that. This is bad news. And nobody in charge seems to care. They love it. They love telling everybody else what to do so that they can do whatever they want.
So the same people who wanted you to turn your AC to 78 with all their lights on and all their ACs blasting in their offices, we're going to add the equivalent of 4 million more full power window unit ACs that they wanted you to shut off to save the same power grid. Got it. Okay, this doesn't even include the personal electric vehicles that they wanted everybody to start driving that also would need to charge somewhere. This is why I don't take liberals seriously. This is welcome to socialism. Rules for thee, but not for me.
Every
Lofty
time.
ideas, they always, 10 out of 10.
Call me Tiny, thanks for the 5 subs.
Fail in practicality. We also hit the streets to ask people how they felt about this new directive. Mind you, the streets that elected these socialists.
Now, before we get to these street interviews, understand that this is always how communism works. In Cuba, where nobody has any power, guess who does?
It's so funny because, like, everyone knew this was going to happen because communism never works. Listen, if communism worked, they wouldn't need to change the name to Marxism and socialism every time they can. Bro, the funny thing is, everyone knows this doesn't work. Everyone knows that freezing the rents doesn't work. Everyone knows that rent control doesn't work. It sounds nice in theory if you're retarded and possibly gay, but it doesn't actually work, ever. We know this because of history. Everyone knows this. Anyone that knows anything about economy or the human condition knows that communism doesn't work. But here's the fun part. A lot of people are retarded. And a lot of people that are being imported literally just exist to be parasites. Alien, thanks for the 10 subs. It's insane.
The members of the Castro family, the government.
And by the way, this is why universal suffrage is a mistake and not everyone should have the right to vote.
Officials, the influencers who get flown down there on an invitation from the communist government and get shacked up in the one hotel that has 24/7 power. Isn't it interesting how the people at the top always seem to benefit off the wealth of the entire populace while the people get absolutely nothing and are running around with no electricity, no refrigerator, your cell phone service. What are we going to do about that? Everyone's phone is going to die.
If the man told you had to put it at 78, would you listen?
No, I hate him. I don't think that's reasonable and I will not do it, so.
Oh, I'm not turning my AC down. He can go.
On a day like this, I mean, I need it at 69. Yeah, or like 68 maybe. Listen to the mayor though, you guys. Mayor Mamdani is the best mayor. He should be president.
Bro, I love it. Yeah, I'm not going to listen to him. I'm going to make it really cool. But all you guys should listen to him. All of you guys need to listen to him.
Oh, I'm sure he would love to be.
Right. Nobody's complying with it. Even the guy who likes him. The majority of people in New York City seem to like the idea of socialism until it actually got implemented. This is like a microcosm of what's coming, baby. In history, any reference you can possibly think of Everybody, they voted their way into it, but they always had to shoot their way out of it. Or it just totally collapsed and people just starved.
Yeah, this is
That's
terrible.
why you have people in socialist countries fleeing in makeshift rowboats to come to capitalist countries and not the other way around.
Well, when they get here and they find out there's no electricity, they're going to turn around and go back because things aren't any better in the Bronx right now than they are in these other countries that have no electricity and no clean water. Think about that for a second. No electricity, no clean water. What a nightmare. And now there's no cell phone service, which means if people are out there looting, you can't call anyone for help. So we don't even know what the full ramifications over this are because it just happened.
Under the Home Energy Fair Practices Act, no shutoffs on days with forecasts with a hot when it's cold, highs of blue state. For the government, they want things, but everyone else living in poverty. The government class is basically
miserable. It's miserable. Yeah, communism obviously doesn't work. It obviously never works, but the reality is that's what they want. They don't care. They know that it doesn't work. They just exist purely as parasites because their ultimate goal is jihad. Their ultimate goal is to import infinite retards into the country and destroy us. To give voting rights to all the dumbest fucking people on the face of the planet, and then they will vote their way into a situation that destroys our country. It is a gigantic commie plot that's existed for 50 years that is coming to fruition because dumb-ass retards refuse to actually put their foot down and start deporting the commies. Only good commie is a dead commie. And I feel like we got to start figuring a way to get around this shit, because communism is just terrorism with extra steps. All right, it's just another way to kill the rich people and steal their shit. All right, ultimately, we got to figure this shit out before it's too late. And New York is just the first sacrifice on the altar of communism. This beautiful mesh between Islam and the commies. The commies want to destroy America. Islam wants to destroy America. They get together. It's an unholy alliance. And now the warmth of collectivism is raping all of New York. Enjoy. You voted for this. Now the UK, communist country, by the way, completely captured by the third world. You know what Islam stands for? It's International Society of Liars and Murderers. They've taken over England, and it is very bad. The Donald tweets, Europe is learning that when you take in the third world criminals, you become a third world country. It happens quickly, in just a blink of an eye. I was elected just in time. Mr. President, you have to do more things. Please, please, Mr. President, you need to be the authoritarian that the left thinks you are. But Europe is not doing well. Rape gang busted in the UK for illegal air conditioner use. I'm really glad finally things are getting cracked down. It's always funny when you have these guys. Oh no, I am devout, good person. I am devout. I pray 5 times a day and rape children. Anyway, so Piers Morgan dropped a debate between him, Mehdi Hassan, and the director of the Citizen Vigilante video. Citizen Vigilante was the #1 movie for a while. It was a movie about a guy who was killing rapists that happened to be Muslims by coincidence. And Mehdi Hassan was very mad about this because obviously he wants Muslims to be able to rape with impunity. Now, a lot of people say, no, he just want them to be portrayed as rapists, but that's not true. He just wants them to rape.
There's been a lot said about me, so I thought you should hear directly from me. I'm here to help you take that control back.
In my film, he goes against criminals.
Yeah, he literally kills rapists.
Muslims, criminals. And
no, he didn't. He murdered an entire family.
So, and that's
of rapists.
No, he didn't. That's not true.
No, your fictional character is much worse than 250,000 British girls that were raped by Muslims.
Killed the entire family, Uwe. You're lying.
You're lying. He killed a family. Bro, he's just literally... Your fictional character was mean to rapists. You see, I am part of a much better religion. I love how bro is literally madder about a fictional character than about 250,000 British girls raped by Pakistanis. Anyway, of course, Piers Morgan, defender of the rape gangs, known defender, patriot, rape gang patriot, some would even call him, breaking ringleader of a Rochdale grooming gang, Shabir Ahmed, probably a straight white Christian male, has been released from prison today. Pakistani migrant jailed for 22 years, August 2012, after being found guilty of 30 child rape charges involving girls as young as 12, but they released him. Piers Morgan says this is disgraceful. Why was he released? Why isn't he being deported? Oh, it's because the government is controlled by Islamist rapists. That's why, bro. I'm really glad we're figuring it out. Piers Morgan being like, I can't believe this is going on. Oh, really? You can't believe it? Are you shocked and appalled? Does this shock and appall you, libtard? I love how, like, it just slaps him in the face. Immigrants in England watching female cops arrest the rape victims instead of them. It's just, that's literally all of England right now. The clown show never ends with these people. It's insane. It's absolute insanity. It's crazy. Oh, no, I'm devout man. I do not eat bacon. I never eat bacon. Proceeds to blow himself up in a movie theater. Like, bro, that's what we're dealing with. Shabana Mahmood, who's in charge of immigration. Like, literally kill yourself, bro. Like literally. Not her. Like, metaphorically speaking, I would never say something like that. So Shabana Mahmood, in charge of immigration, the jokes write themselves, bans asylum seekers from being housed near schools and nurseries. Why? Is it because you literally know you're importing pedophiles? The answer is yes. Spoilers! The answer is actually yes. It's crazy, bro. All right, so the Birmingham police, they're getting destroyed. We are aware footage showing arrest of a man after a disorder on Broad Street at 1:30 a.m. Officers found a group of men fighting. As the incident was dealt with, an officer was punched. One man was arrested and charged with punching a police officer. Community note. No, that's not true. One man was surrounded by multiple others. The man was assaulted, thrown on the ground. While on the ground, he was punched in the head. While getting up, a police officer threw him against a wall, and the assailants were allowed to flee. Wow. Wow. Birmingham police are asking us to stop sharing this video. One white guy surrounded by the circus. You see that? They beat him, they throw him to the ground, he gets slammed against the wall.
Oi, 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 oi.
Do not fucking punch me right behind.
I'm trying to fix that weird.
Put your hands behind your back.
And they arrest him. And they arrest him. Now, niggle me this, Batman. What is 13%, but also half? This is the question. The incident has been reviewed. We have no concerns of the officer's actions. We are satisfied that they possibly and proportionate in the circumstances. We would ask the footage is not further shared. England, ladies and gentlemen. Totally and utterly cooked and captured. These people are fucking raped. The raped, ladies and gentlemen. Getting beat up by black people. Masturbating in front of children. No, please, please, sir, please. Please, we love you so much. We have so much empathy for you. He only masturbated in front of children. Yeah, another female cop. Now, meanwhile, this guy was just arrested for blasphemy.
When kids are getting raped and murdered in my own country,
it's okay. Look, yes, the rape and murder flag is flying in the background.
Happening as well. Hey, you stood there smiling. Muhammad and Muslims are nothing but evil ideologies.
It's an evil ideology, he said.
It is evil.
Immediately arrested. Immediately. That's right. You can rape a kid in England, but you can't criticize the rapists.
Well, you're doing yes. I have the right to have it. That's not racial.
What a fucking idiot. He thought he has free speech. What a moron. What a dumbass. Lamau, what do you think? He lives in a free country or something? Now, obviously, we got to talk about this.
We would ask that footage is not shared further to allow the legal process to take its course. Insane.
Yep.
Clip from the UK. Police are arresting someone who got assaulted.
That's
what
right.
The hell? 3 blacks attack a drunk white.
You got a license for that opinion, mate.
Kid in Birmingham. The female police officer comes in to protect the violent blacks and arrests the white kid. Absolutely disgusting the way white people are treated in England. Okay, well, let's see the original video.
In his defense, he probably thought you were one of the attackers.
Oh my God.
There you are, minding your own business in a country that was built and defended by your ancestors. And then all of a sudden you're surrounded. They're surrounding you. What do you do? And then that's over. And then you go to jail. And that's how it works.
And punch it.
Oi, 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 oi. Do not fucking punch me right
Oh shit, a woman was offended. You're going to jail.
I'm trying to move that way.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm trying to move that way, bro. What?
You just fucking punched me in the face.
My nan's
Britain the raped.
Why are they trying to restrain him?
I'm trying to go home.
What a fantastic question.
Bruv.
Put your arms straight.
Please, please. I'm trying
Oh
to go
my
home.
God. This is disgraceful.
Please, I'm trying to go home.
You're under arrest for assault on police.
You're gonna walk to the fucking car, you dick.
Bro,
Get in the car, you dick. Bro, would they ever say this to an immigrant?
How did you know? Get in the car.
in the fucking car.
They're not even talking to the people that attacked him.
Someone clotheslined him, and then someone hit him from behind, and that's when you went in. And all I can say in his defence, he probably thought you were one of the attackers at that moment.
Okay, so somebody's assaulted him first. Okay.
Yeah.
You saw it.
Right. The whole thing's on video. Right. You wonder why they're trying to censor X. You wonder why they're trying to ban YouTube. More on that in a minute, because I think that's what happened to me.
Watched it. Look, so the police are right. They're right there. There's the police car. It's right in the frame. And you can see very clearly all of these people are antagonizing this one person. And you can see he's not hitting anybody. He's not doing anything. Then this guy's going to go and hit him. He's going to clothesline him. Look at that. See? And then this dude punches him in the back of the head. Yeah, he doesn't even hardly know.
It's immediately slammed against the wall by the police officer.
Oh, it was like 1 second. And then they're grabbing his throat. Yeah, she grabbed...
Bro, we do not need female police officers. Like, it's insane. The whole thing's an ego trip. It's absolute insanity.
Him, and he didn't even see her. He instantly stops when he realizes that's the main thing. Yeah, he stopped immediately. He's not doing anything. I mean, if he was really trying to fight her or do something, he would have continued fighting back, but he's not doing that. Please stop. This is enraging me. Yeah, I don't know how many more of these we're gonna have to deal with before people have any sense of self-respect. Throwing him inside of the car. Do you think they would have treated a migrant like this? I've never seen a single video of a police officer in Britain treating a migrant like this. So, and then this is also, so this is the response. We're aware of the footage of the man showing a disorder on Broad Street. Officers found a group of men fighting. As the incident was dealt with, an officer was punched. One man was arrested and charged with assaulting a police officer. The description is false. One man was surrounded by multiple others. The man was assaulted and thrown to the ground. While on the ground, he was punched in the head. While getting up, a police officer threw him against the wall while his assailants were allowed to flee. The incident has been reviewed, and we have no concerns over the officer's actions, and we are satisfied that...
Mr. President, if you can hear me, I have reason to believe that the United Kingdom is 2 weeks away from developing an Islam-controlled nuclear weapon. The Ayatollahs found another way, Mr. President. Netanyahu, if you could hear me, we must liberate the United Kingdom.
They were reasonable and proportionate in the circumstances. We would ask that footage is not shared further to allow the legal process to take its course. We are at the stage of openly admitting arresting the victim is satisfactory. If the footage absolves you, then why don't you want it shared? You watched one lad get violently attacked by a group and decided to arrest the guy being attacked. In his defense, he stood up swinging and instantly stopped as soon as he realized who was grabbing him. He probably didn't think in a million years he was in the process of being arrested. This dude gets punched in the face and the police rush in to arrest him. That is insane.
Yep, and that's just the way it works. Welcome to the most Orwellian reality of all time. It's crazy. It's absolute insanity. The whole thing is insanity. And honestly, this all comes from, in my opinion, Western civilization is founded on biblical values where the man is supposed to be the head of the household. It is a masculine culture, at least it's supposed to be. And the reality is, as liberalism rises up and as people feel like they're smarter than God, all of a sudden, everyone is like, wait, holy shit, stand back for a second. We're gonna cuck everyone. Everyone gonna get cucked. Cucked big time. Mega cuck. Giga cucked. And everything's gonna get feminized. We're gonna feminize society. The women are gonna be cops. We're gonna have empathy for the criminals. And just basically throw the Christian values that started the entire civilization into the toilet because they know better than God. That's basically what they're saying, and this is the result. This is the obvious result. The end result of feminizing society is turning society into this. A limp-dicked, cucked nation. And it gets worse. Now, a lot of people are covering this, me included. I've been very on top of it. I love the people of England, so I've been doing my absolute best to cover this as much as I can. My entire YouTube channel was demonetized. Now, I got a video taken down in the past when I made fun of Keir Starmer. Okay, I called Keir Starmer, Prime Minister of England, gay. I used a slightly different terminology, but I got my entire video taken down. Apparently, I was offending the British government. And recently, I lost my entire monetization on the channel, and they didn't actually explain to me why. However, it did happen right after I covered the grooming gangs that the British government was covering up for the last 20, 30 years. All right, just understand what we're dealing with. So my entire revenue source has dried up because of this. You can support me on Patreon. That would be really appreciated. Definitely subscribe so we can surpass Ben Shapiro and become top Jew. That would be awesome. But my entire revenue source was destroyed. My reach has been cut in half. I get... The click-through rate on my videos are higher, but the reach on my video is lower, meaning it gets presented to less people. Tons of people are telling me that they're getting unsubscribed from my channels, without their consent. And of course, I'm not making any money on it. I'm still going to cover it, obviously. I'm not interested in getting silenced. That's not what I'm interested in happening. So I'm going to keep going. However, when this information came out that the British government is literally admitting to trying to censor YouTube, I really feel like this is the reason. Because YouTube never explained to me why they removed my monetization. They just said harassment. That was the only thing they said. They gave me no explanation for it. And now I think I know why.
What the hell? Wait, what is this?
For context, this is a message from YouTube themselves, urging creators to fight the proposed UK's state-mandated algorithm changes.
The UK government is running a public consultation called Watch This Space, a new strategic direction for UK media. The proposals include mandatory changes to how content is discovered on YouTube. This could direct audiences away from your channel.
1984, baby.
Content discovery works best when driven by user choice, not legal requirements. This is a vital window for you to share your perspective on the...
That's right, baby. Get radicalized.
Oh my god. They're trying to, rig algorithms now?
Yep. And a lot more than that. A lot more than that. I lost my entire monetization. That's a really good way to shut someone up, by the way. A really, really good fucking way to shut someone up is to just prevent them from making money. Which happened to me just now. I'm fighting it behind the scenes. I'm hoping I'll win. But yeah, this is insane.
The proposed rules now include a mandatory prominence regime. What is this North Korea shit? Prominence regime? This could include digital platforms like YouTube to prioritize and give a privileged position to traditional broadcasters like BBC, ITV, and Channel 4 in user interfaces and recommendation feeds, potentially pushing your content out of sight. Mandating prominence to traditional institutions will impact...
It's so crazy how this is the fascism that they make believe. This is the fascism that they make believe happened. Who owns YouTube? I don't know. There's an Indian guy that's the CEO right now. Probably coincidence. Probably coincidence that they designated immigration status as a protected group on YouTube. Probably.
And news creators. Your content is downranked. Threat to reach. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now I want to celebrate 4th of July even more. So their propaganda machines are losing, and they're losing so badly that the only way that they can stop it is by making it mandatory to show the propaganda. If YouTube folds, X has the golden opportunity. Every company has to fold to the government because the government has guns. YouTube doesn't have any guns. They're going to try to resist this, but at the end of the day, if the UK government tells them to jump, they're going to be saying how high. They can just literally shut and block off access to YouTube on that website. Governments have a million different ways that they can be fucking annoying, right? The problem is that British citizens, I think, they've been boiled very, very slowly. There have been increasingly more speech laws. You have been increasingly told that you can't see what's in front of you. You can't even discuss what's in front of you. You can't even consume content that is contrary to what's in front of you. And all of this has happened, I think, probably over the course of my whole lifetime, right? That's their strategy, whittle us down slowly to a point where we feel hopeless to do anything about it. Yeah, they want YouTube to prioritize...
This is, by the way, classic communism. This is the most classic communism of all time.
The mainstream broadcasters like BBC. So if the government in the UK does go through with this, I will show you my analytics because I do have a very large international audience. I will show you if there's a big difference with this because I think what they're going to do is they're probably going to deprioritize.
There's a huge difference with this. Objectively, there's a massive difference with this. For example, I'm fully demonetized, and I don't know why. But I do know it was right after I covered the rape gangs.
Different media that is contrary to what their ideology is. And a good way to look at that is that, do you remember, like, so the Birmingham police went out and they posted and they said, don't show people this video. Like, they went and they saw this, the incident. We would ask that footage is not further shared. By the way, this is the footage they're talking about. So this guy gets clotheslined and punched in the back of the head, and then the female police officer grabs him and then throws him on the ground. Or slams him against the wall. Look at that. So that's what happened. Brother, what the fuck? I know. Share it more? Well, that's the reason why they want it to be shut down. But enjoying the man, Rupert Lowe is in tech. How about that? That is crazy.
And you know why? You know why?
Enjoying the culture.
Bro is definitely going on Joe Rogan.
Culture here in Texas. I love to see it. I love to hear it. There we go. I do really hope that Rupert Lowe is going to be able to go on Joe Rogan's podcast. I think that'd be super, super cool.
It's gonna happen. You'll see. You'll see. Viperius, thanks for the 1,000. Yeah, but essentially, that's what we're dealing with. That is what we're dealing with. We are dealing with communists. We've been fighting them for a very long time, and they have laid low, and they've laid their traps. They imported infinite retards. They pushed all this fucking bullshit, and this is what we're dealing with. The 1984, silencing the critics, deprioritizing them in the algorithms of social media to silence them. Broadcast state media is going to be shoved down everyone's throats even more than it already has been. Get used to it, motherfuckers. This is coming for you. This is a war that we're in the middle of. The Cold War never ended. All right, we are still in the middle of the Cold War, and we need to destroy these people before they import enough barbarians to destroy us. Now, there has been no one, in my opinion, as successful as thwarting the commies on the left, as well as the commies on the right, which exist now, for those of you that aren't aware. The communists infiltrated the right with Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens to basically mind rape a whole lot of right-wing people into basically turning their entire worldview into caring about third world struggles across the universe. So the reality is, my guy Caleb Hammer has been interviewing all sorts of facts. And I'll be honest, he does such a good job dismantling the commies because common sense is actually communist kryptonite. You see, communists are all about like subversion. They're gonna mind rape you. They're gonna convince you, oh, it's the Jews. That's why you're fucking fat as shit and can't have a family. It's the Jews that did it. You know, and they're trying their best. And the reality is, well, Caleb Hammer is just the guy that's being like, no, you're fat because you fucking eat a lot. And then she's like, what? No! What? No! And then just breaks their brains. So Caleb Hammer, in my opinion, he's not like a right-wing guy. He's just a normal guy that understands, you know, investment and economy, and that is enough. That is literally enough to destroy the entire left, because he's just like your average dude. No one has been as successful at destroying these people as the average dude. You see, I am like, yeah, actually, communists are all evil, satanic pedophiles, and they need to die. And all of a sudden, people don't actually take me seriously, even though I'm correct. You know, it's okay. You have the right to be wrong about your stance on communism and stuff. But anyway, let's lock in. Let's see him shred these people. All right, so he went viral for 3 separate interviews this week, so we need to look at it.
May not be real. If you look at, like, this is going to make some people mad probably, but if you look at the Holocaust, right? There's been some videos.
Okay, I did not think it was going there. I was gathering the most viral clips from Caleb Hammer over the last week because like he had a wide variety, but I did not think we were going into. So I'm broke and the Holocaust was fake. I did not think we were going down that path.
I don't know.
Put out there. I'll say it. I don't give a shit. Like there's some people out there that take a video of Hitler, and I'm not saying what Hitler did was good at all. Not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, I think nowadays Israel is definitely the head of everything, right? The Jews are, whatever. And like, if
That's right. You're fucking poor as shit because Jews are blowing up terrorists in the Middle East. Yes, sir.
If you're a believer, right? And
what does that mean if you're a believer?
God talks about Israel.
We're trying to save the children.
As a people, as a nation.
No, Israel's a problem, and we're trying to save the children. Anyway, Candace Owens is my favorite person ever.
And not as the state as it is, right? Like Israel is a state, like it's its own thing, right?
Bro is trying so hard. It's like he's downloaded 4,000 hours of Candace Owens into his brain, and he's trying his best to regurgitate that shit.
But like,
Look at Caleb, just like, bro, these people are retarded. Have you considered that maybe the reason why you're in dire financial straits is because you're retarded?
Like, they're the most corrupt motherfuckers in the entire world. Like, 100%.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Oh, shit. Killing terrorists.
And I'm not saying the Holocaust was good. Not saying.
You should have probably just not said anything at all. That is really weird.
I'm saying Hitler had a point. I'm not.
I don't hate Jews. I just hate Zionists. I don't hate Zionists. I just hate the state of Israel. I'm not saying that the state of Israel is bad, but it's the head of the bad things, and we want to rescue children. Now, I'm not saying that the Holocaust was a good thing. Holy shit, bro. These guys are incredible.
I say I agree with Hitler.
See, I don't know if I agree with that.
Not saying
He's
that.
on his
I'm
own
not
for that
saying
one.
that. Let me finish what I'm saying, damn it. What I'm saying is...
Yeah, shut your whole ass mouth, bitch.
Is the people who are disrupting our government now, right? If you look at everyone who
They're
is
Jewish.
Who is a...
Oh, she's just gonna say... Who? Like, yeah, there's obviously a lot of commie Jews. There's a lot more commie non-Jews. It's insane, bro. It's insane. These people are completely captured. You know, I'm gonna hit you with some wisdom. It's actually your fault. It's actually your fault. It's actually your fault. That's the truth, Nuke. The reason why you're broke, it's your fault. Yup, I'm just gotta say it. It's not because Bernie Sanders and Chuck Schumer are Jewish. I'm sorry.
Jew, and they're in power. Things like that. Look it up.
Look at this guy.
Bro, look the shit up. I'm not a big conspiracy theory. This is something that I will die on, right?
Oh, he'll die on it.
Hitler was trying to prevent his country from taking over with a bunch of crazy ass, powerful
molesters.
type people.
Yo! Hitler was just fighting against the pedophile Jews. That's what Hitler was doing. And by doing that, he destroyed all of Germany, 100 million people in Europe, a couple million Jews, and that's just what he was doing. Yeah, I get my history from Candace Owens. This guy.
Time out. Listen, that is a fact. Now, what I say,
you know, nothing exposes America just like talking to average people.
Hitler killed some innocent motherfuckers. He did. He did some really bad things, but his main purpose behind it.
Death is not the answer. We need liberal Hitler.
He was trying to prevent a takeover from who United States is being run through by
So
now.
basically what Trump is doing is like what Hitler was doing, except doing it the right way. He's trying to call everybody out.
I don't know if I'm gonna say that, no. I ain't gonna go that far.
He's not trying to kill people.
I ain't gonna go that far.
He's not trying to kill people, but he's trying to
That's a little mix up there, dude. But
He's trying to expose people.
that is a yes. Okay, time out. Hitler wasn't exposing nobody. He was saying basically, "Fuck you. I don't like any of y'all.
But Trump is trying
Get out
to
of my
expose
country.
people, and he's not trying to
Like
kill
I'm gonna
people.
terminate you." You know what I'm saying? That's
find each other.
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows what they're saying.
Tinder.
Ah, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway.
Okay, which one? Charlie Kirk's not actually dead.
What?
I'm telling you, man, anti-Semitism is just a low IQ movement at this point. What am I supposed to even say? Like, what do you even do with these people? These people are retarded. Like, this is a Candace Owens fan. Like, I was questioning it before, but bro, holy shit. Holy shit, it's crazy. Retard alert. To quote George Orwell, all right, by the way, the GOAT, 1984 was a actual prophecy. All right, to quote George Orwell, anti-Semitism gives people the supernatural ability to believe the unbelievable. That's an actual quote from him, which is shocking. But, yeah, no, obviously there's plenty of things to criticize the Jews for, and I feel so bad for the high IQ anti-Semitites. You know, the high IQ anti-Semites, they're out there struggling. They're trying to breathe, and they're just surrounded by idiots. Bro!
What?
Selena Gomez is actually dead, and her and Justin Bieber's love child is with.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Well, it's conspiracy theories.
Someone's killed my marriage out here.
Yeah, he doesn't really agree.
I don't know. I saw some videos a lot on Twitter that day.
What day? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fake though. So
you saw some people die, probably. Did that look like death?
No.
Well, it's questionable.
Oh,
it's questionable.
My
dude.
God,
I've seen people shot. I've been part of shootings.
Oh my God,
Does that look like death? That looks more like death
movies.
than the
I don't
Charlie
think
Kirk.
movies are like.
But it is.
I'll put it to you this way.
Can I talk?
When you look at his situation, right? First off, a man shooting a shot that far away
A man,
has to
he
be
was a child.
has to be very, very, very good.
Maybe a girl.
He was a child.
Just very lucky.
But the bullet that
Why? He had a scope. Are you serious? He aimed for his head. He hit his neck. It's very possible. He was 19. He was not a child. It is very possible. He went hunting with his parents. You have to be like actually fucking retarded to think that the shot was impossible.
was supposedly
It was
used
100 yards, bro.
would have blown up his
I'll
head.
say this. I was an
It would
expert.
have blown up his head. The same bullet hit MLK and also didn't have an exit wound. The same bullet from the same gun. What are we even doing here?
Shooter in the military. I scored perfect every single time I've shot a weapon in the military.
The blood
300
didn't
yards,
even stain
25
his
feet forward, whatever,
clothes.
right?
So where is he? Why would he
And-
do this?
So he's an okay. So there's
Here we go.
theories.
Here we
So
go.
there's theories. Okay, so he can either
He had a scope too, by the way.
either his wife Erica Kirk was in on it,
Oh,
or like
Oh my fucking god, dude. What are we like this is brutal. Like it's brutal.
in on the conspiracy, and she's in hiding
And
with
so we
him.
got some Candace watchers.
Or yes, 100%.
I told you, man. I told you. I sensed it immediately.
We know. We know. Okay.
We know.
We know.
We know.
But
You
we
think.
don't know. No.
You
We
think.
don't know. But we know.
It's called a think, not a know.
No, we know. So, so either his wife, because she's got ties to child trafficking.
No, she doesn't. That was a lie. That was a viral post. That was a complete lie.
She does.
Based off of.
Based off of the work she did with children. She was kicked out of, what was the country? She was kicked out of the country for it.
No, she
Yeah.
wasn't.
So,
That country.
You got to know this, dog.
it was like Slavia.
Slavia.
Where is it? Where is it? What was the
Slovenia?
country? No, there was a country that she did like.
Ukraine?
Was it Ukraine? No, it wasn't Ukraine. She did. Don't look at me like that. I'm legit.
I mean, we just name all the fucking.
Well, I'm just waiting.
Listen, man. At this point, I just want the Jews to control the government. Like, if these are the people that are voting, I just want the Jews to like do a hostile takeover. Like, Jews, can we do this, please? Jews, I'm counting on you.
I know. I'm trying to remember the country, but she was kicked out of a country. She was doing like adoption work for little kids that don't have parents. And they were going missing, and so she was kicked out of the country.
We're not going to have Pepsi with baby flavoring in it. I mean, what the hell have we become?
So Erica Kirk, you're saying,
I'm alleging,
is a child ringleader.
She's in on it.
And Charlie didn't die.
Does she think saying I'm alleging prevents you from getting into a lawsuit? I'm alleging means I am making the claim. Saying if she said that she allegedly was child trafficking, that means someone else made the allegation. If you're saying I'm alleging, then you are the one making the allegation. So you still could get sued for slander. Or she's just goy looping at this point. This is brutal.
Die because of that?
No. So she's okay. So was basically his handler, and either there's two different theories. Okay, so either she was his handler, he found out about all her bullshit.
Weren't they just like a classic Christian couple like y'all?
Oh, you fool. Oh, you dumb, poor fool who's financially stable and not destroying your life.
Isn't that kind of what he was preaching?
Well, in the video where he's being shot, it wasn't actually him. It was a hologram.
Oh.
There was a trap door. There was a trap door, and
But
hologram
you don't
got,
actually believe this. You're just having fun with this.
No, I believe this. I believe one of two theories. That's one of the theories. I don't believe he's actually dead.
Okay, and the other theory would be.
What the fuck are we doing?
Well, I've got.
Well, now I understand why you guys can't talk about things because you guys are.
And they're broke, and they're like, and we're broke, and it's the Jews. Yep, we got it.
Scary. With your
Talking about
brains.
the trap door that you think.
Well, so yeah, the door. There was a trap door. They covered the trap door up, either that night or the next day.
The Jews.
I thought that's the cover-up people.
The cover-up people did it.
Cover-up people.
It's 2 on my speed dial. It calls the cover-up people to cover up the nefarious Jew stratagems.
Yeah, the cover-up people. What would you call them? I don't know.
I don't know. Just like, who are they? What's the reasoning?
The CIA.
So where is he now?
In hiding.
She thinks it's Guantanamo Bay.
Why would he want to hide? He was very successful.
But there are people because
why
they were
would he
going to
want
kill
to be
him.
hiding?
They were gonna kill him. And it's all part.
Wait. So they planned both his assassination and his escape, and he still I don't even want. I don't.
Part of the plan.
What plan?
The plan.
The plan with Donald Trump and all. So it all plays into each other. Okay. So we are under a military operation right now.
There's an attack on the species by a guild of psychopaths, and they must be defeated.
Yeah.
Were you a part of this?
No.
Okay, I think he might have some insight if this was a thing.
So all of these things, like the Charlie Kirk stuff, like the celebrities, all of it
Dude,
goes.
she's batshit insane. You married her?
And then it's like, I wonder why my life is falling apart. I can't believe it. All these retards getting goy looped by Clandis and other fucking morons. Holy shit! Yeah, so that was one. That was one Caleb Hammer video. All right, and this next one, it's a Hassan fan. That's right. You thought that I was just cooking a little bit. I got a Candace fan and a Hassan fan and a fat ass. All right, let's go, boys.
They have barbed wire and awful living conditions and maggots in the food and abusing the people in there, no due process. That's a concentration camp.
Okay.
And so
they came in the country illegally. They have to go. Sorry, I'm not going to cry for them. They could have left themselves.
People are rightfully outraged and are out there to demoralize the people who are going into those.
I asked her what her job was, by the way.
I said finance, and you asked if I was a bad capitalist.
And
I'm a socialist.
Concentration camps. You're a socialist?
Yes.
Socialists, baby. I love them. I love them. They're fucking retarded poor people that want money from the rich people. Thou shalt not covet. Coveting is socialism. Socialism is literally evil.
Okay, you know socialism has never worked. What socialism are you in favor for? Here we go. Get ready.
Just broadly anti-America.
I believe that.
I don't actually read it. I am pro Hassan Piker socialism. I like socialism if it involves a big fluffy dog getting electrocuted.
Take a system.
A system?
Take a system in the world that you're in favor of.
Well,
that you would rather be our system.
I just don't want it to be capitalism. Nor do I want it to be.
Take a system that has worked, that you like, and would like to replicate here.
Capitalism.
Take a system, please. That has been proven to work in any country, anywhere. That is better than our system, please.
Capitalism.
Yeah, please find.
Not.
Okay, that's great. I hear. Yes, you have your talking points. That's wonderful. Now pick a system that has worked anywhere, better than here, that you would rather have.
Well,
I'm waiting for it.
Your definition of better is like not valuing the intrinsic value.
I don't give a fuck about my definition. Your definition. I'm asking you to choose. Don't cater to my definition.
And I'm choosing socialism.
No. Yeah, but pick it.
Yeah,
pick
but where? It's
another country that has worked.
And unfortunately, we are in a.
It's never done properly.
Never tried real socialism, I bet you.
Imperialism is hurting those socialist countries.
It hurt the USSR?
You see, the reason why Cuba's a shithole is because America doesn't want to give them free shit. You see, I'm a socialist. I only want free healthcare for everybody. Also, I would ideally like if we imported infinite browns. Because we rape their countries, and now they should rape ours. It's only fair.
Weren't they imperialists?
I'm a centrist. I'm a centrist myself, so I support brown rape.
Venezuela. Yeah, the blockades that we're doing for the oil.
What it's worth.
Venezuela, they were literally like imprisoning people in the streets. You know that?
Oil production dramatically fell after the state took control of Venezuela, and it hurt their economy dramatically well before our embargo. You might be right about Cuba, but no, Venezuela did it themselves before we embargoed. Timeline-wise, so you're just wrong. They had a slush fund coming in when it was collecting taxes from the private enterprise.
What I'm not wrong about is the fact that
so what system,
capitalism.
Please? Okay, I just asked what her job was.
But Hassan Piker said that terrorism is awesome, and he has a small head, so I agree.
Here we go.
I support Star Trek socialism. That's what I want.
Another country that has worked. Themselves before we embargoed. Timeline-wise, so you're just wrong. They had a slush fund coming in when it was collecting taxes from the private enterprise.
What I'm not wrong about is the fact
That's
that
great. So what system,
capitalism.
There are just not enough homosexuals in government. If we just replace straight people with homosexuals, think about the amount of anal sex that we'd be having. Ma'am, that does not actually respond to, that doesn't actually mean anything. Ma'am, I don't understand what that has to do with it. No, but think about how much anal sex could be had if we had diaper furry babies.
Okay, I just asked what her job was. Here we go. Please, pick a system. One place.
I choose Star Trek. I really like that. You could just say, computer, make me a coffee, and then you get a coffee.
That's not socialist. That's the most capitalist place in the world.
But Mamdani is out there doing
He's democratic socialist.
Yeah.
Socialist.
Yeah.
He still believes in capitalism. You know that, right?
I love Zara Mamdani because I like the idea that air conditioning should be illegal because if air conditioning is illegal, then white people sweat more. Browns are used to it. So we redistribute the suffering.
somewhere.
No. That is still capitalist. All his policies are funded on the tax revenue generated by capitalism.
True.
That's capitalism. That is not
Taxes are-
worker-based socialism. Taxes come from the capitalist state.
He's right.
Still.
He's completely
So
right.
no, that is not socialist. But if that's what you like to see, then don't call yourself a socialist because that's not socialist. That's still capitalism. That's more Scandinavian. That's European, which is still funded on capitalist systems. I was hoping you were going to say something
It's
like
also retarded.
Sweden or the UK. I was hoping you were going to say something like that, which are still objectively capitalist countries. Not socialist by any means of the imagination. They have some more social programs, all
They do have
funded,
social programs.
all funded by the success of capitalism. All
Also, can we not forget for a second that because we, the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, let me just remind everyone, for those of you that forgot, and those of you that are gay people don't realize how awesome the United States are, probably because their brains are a little, they need AIDS. Mind AIDS is what I'm saying, not like the disease or anything. But the point that I'm trying to make is, you do realize that we fund the defense of every country in Europe so that they don't need to put money into their military. So instead, they take that money that should be in their military and use it for their health care. We fund the defense of Europe so that Europe could subsidize their health care. We pay for European health care and their economies are shit. Understand the level of raped these people are.
funded by the marketplace and the wages
So what
created by
happens if you
capitalism.
do more social programs? How many social programs do you have to do before it's socialist?
You're talking about social programs. Socialist is a completely different economic structure, though.
Right, where the worker has
State-run.
their
Well, it's
relationship to
state-run.
the means of production.
State-run, but yes, state-run. That wouldn't really create much. You know what happened in the USSR with all the land, most arable land almost in the world, compared besides the United States and I think Ukraine? Well, they had to import all their wheat. The vast majority of their wheat. It doesn't work. It doesn't create the outcome. People need to eat, and it
People do need
doesn't
to eat.
work. You know what's actually more
Are we
important?
feeding people under capitalism?
Yes. Have you seen our?
Is she fucking retarded? Dude, you do realize under every single communist system, people are starving. People are literally dying of hunger. What are we even doing here?
Poor people? They're fat.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
The poor
That's
people-
right. Poor Americans are fucking fat as shit. All right. Poor people in fucking Russia are dead. Died of hunger. That's right, baby. Meet Stalin, who not only was a pedophile, but Stalin married a 13-year-old, by the way, or raped a 13-year-old, however you want to call it. So that's Stalin. Not only is he a pedophile, but he also starved 100 million people. All right. So like these people are hilariously retarded.
Well, in the United States, they have to take Ozempic.
Okay, but is it because the cost of chips is more than minimum wage?
Chips? You think that's what's necessary for a sustained lifestyle?
I think that it's one of the cheapest things you can get from the gas station.
Gas station? Should we be doing our grocery shopping from the gas station? I think we've gotten some pretty bad advice if we're talking about meal prepping.
Well,
these are useless people. These are like, bro, and then people tell me with a straight face, of course women should vote. Sorry. Oh God, sorry about that.
Named you that?
My chosen family did.
My chosen family. So she's a disappointment to her parents, obviously.
Your parents named you that?
My chosen family did. It's
I
cool.
love how being a leftist basically means taking the 10 Commandments and wiping your butt with them. That's right. You don't honor your parents. You murder, obviously. They love terrorism. You steal, obviously. They want to tax people infinitely. You covet all their money, which is why they're so mad that trillionaires exist. All right, you got unbelievable debauchery, all right, and adultery. Everyone's in these gigantic, infinite orgies. Domain expansion, infinite gay. All right, and that's the craziest shit ever. It really is insane.
You choose to be a family.
Whoa,
What's
in the
that?
queer community, yeah.
In the queer community, oh boy, we're dealing with I can't say it on YouTube. I can't subscribe though, and support me on Patreon.
You don't always get to maintain your most close relatives, your blood relatives. So
My dad didn't like it when I identified as a dog and had sex with his poodle. So I had to change all of my lifestyle.
Like
Well, did they dismiss you?
No.
Well, it sounds like
Oh, that's right. She just left them.
you maintain them.
I do not.
My dad is a bit of a bigot because he thinks that gay people actually don't have superpowers. He doesn't believe in gay Superman.
Speak with my parents.
You chose.
Yeah, we know why. I don't speak to my parents because my parents work for a living and pay taxes, and those taxes go to the fascist government, and the fascist government uses it to kill Palestinians. That's right. So my parents are killing Palestinians.
They did not choose.
No.
Their decisions have
Oh,
made.
it's their fault. Their decisions made you decide to be a bitch daughter. That's it, baby.
Our relationship, what it is.
And you know that these people had their minds raped by the school systems.
Today.
What did they choose?
They chose extremism over their child.
What the fuck does that even mean? See, I wanted to castrate myself as a child. My parents were nuts. Like, they weren't for it. So I decided to murder them.
Okay, says the blue hair. Got it. Okay, which usually qualifies towards more extreme people. Usually, what's their extremism?
Their extremes are just not very minority inclusive, despite what they might say. Their actions say otherwise.
What
voted for Trump?
What's their actions that are so extreme? They kill minorities?
They're not helping them.
Oh, not helping's extreme?
Oh.
Wait, what's helping?
We've had extended conversations.
I want my parents to let Haitians live on their couch. And they don't because the last Haitian ate their pet dog. So they're not inclusive enough to the Haitian community. I think we need 1 million retarded cannibals to live in my parents' garage. And my parents don't like that idea because they have walls on stolen land.
About what politics looks like in the world, and when they discuss it, the things that
my parents were like, Hamas raping Jews is not very good. And I was like, but it's resistance. And then I killed my parents.
they say or choose not to say are pretty detrimental, yeah.
That doesn't sound like extremism. You know what the word extremism means?
Yeah.
What do they do that's extreme?
There was once upon a time when Kamala came out with...
Kamala, thank you. You're going to get
Pronounce it right. Oh, my God.
canceled for that.
She was talking about how our current president wanted to have generals more like dictators of old.
Okay.
And I asked my parents what they felt about that, and they said they needed the context. And I said, under what context is it okay to like want
Well,
Hitler's
maybe
generals?
they wanted to
Holy shit, bro. These people are killing themselves and their parents. Dude, you know when I say that the Bible just gives you the best lifestyle? Could you imagine growing up, spending your effort raising a child, and then your child becomes this fucking lobotomite? It's miserable. It's unbelievable. This is a tragedy.
understand if he was doing his classic grifting or if he was being an actual dictator, which would be bad. But we know, if you follow politics, which I assume you do, he is a rifting guy, and you take like a grain of salt with pretty much everything, including saying peace is close in Iran, which I think you would agree with.
And also, like, threatening to nuke them, an entire
But that was the good part. I love that part. That was the best part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Your
that was
parents-
awesome. The threatening to nuke them part was great, actually. I totally did to L take. Anyway, it doesn't stop.
Nurses, it's one of the best degrees you can get.
I mean, nurses are exhausted, don't you think?
Oh my.
Oh, I don't want to get a job that's work. Ha! I want free shit from rich people. That's socialism.
What is there not to be a victim or complain about?
Well,
so who's going to do it then?
How do we get better if we don't recognize what's wrong?
No, what's your proposal?
There is nothing wrong with nurses working hard. Sorry, nurses working hard is not a problem.
If they're tired.
Shorter work hours, shorter work week.
But then you don't have enough nurses. There's a nursing there's a nursing shortage. So you want to give the shortage of nurses less work? Bro, these people suck as humans. They're pathetic and lame and gay.
We already have a nursing shortage.
For the same pay, for better
for
pay.
the same pay.
Why don't we just increase the pay for all the people? Why don't we just give everyone infinite money? Have you considered perhaps just deciding to give everyone more money? Have you just considered this?
Determines who gets to choose that.
The workers should get to choose that.
That's right. I choose to get billions every year. And if you disagree, you're an extremist, and we're gonna kill you.
They do, whether or not they accept the job.
They should have a better relationship to their means of production.
What the fuck?
Dude, they get to choose what nursing job.
They don't have to go get this job. They choose the job. It comes with this hour, and these hours, and this pay, and that's it. That's how it works. And if you don't like it, you don't have to take that job. This is the freest country ever.
They apply for it. Emergency room, being a teacher. Showing up to old people's homes, it's up to them. Nursing's one of the most flexible fields.
Hours.
Yes, they
They actually are by choosing to go into nursing when you can see what kind of hours nurses work. Yes, they are.
We can improve their lives by giving them better
Right.
Then they might not get paid as much.
More rights
They have
for
rights.
everyone.
They can still
They have
get
the
paid
right to
that.
quit their job. They have the right to go work whatever they
Profit
want.
margins on hospitals are crazy.
And I'm relatively glad as long as like nurses are making good money, and they are.
So long as they should have a say in how much they're working and
They
what
do.
they're working for.
They do by choosing what job they do, by choosing the degree they got. They have that say. Their entire life had that say.
But exactly, there's a lot of things that help people inform their choice, right? And sometimes that what informs that is where they are, and sometimes they don't have the ability to apply for like a nurse practitioner job. And
yeah, because some people are retarded and shouldn't be nurses. Okay, so yes, they have limits. What are we doing?
In a hospital desert.
In a hospital desert. So you know what they do? You know what most people have done?
They have to leave.
They leave.
Exactly. And what happens to that community?
Good. No, I'm sorry. Not everywhere is going to thrive.
No, everyone
Communities
should thrive.
That's not possible.
But
that
everyone should thrive. That's right. I live in Delulu La La Land. And you tell me women should have the right to vote?
Happened in socialism.
But it can.
But it didn't.
But we can't.
Never once through socialism did every community...
Gen Z can be the difference.
Oh my fucking God. You do nothing. How are you contributing to society? You do literally nothing. All right, then. Okay, so he got a Hassan fan, he got a Candace Owens fan, and he got a fat ass. So that's the ultimate trio.
My girlfriend lives there, and she didn't want to come to.
Oh shit! A fat lesbian. Oh my God! Do not Renee Good her. I know you want to. Don't do it.
America. Also
Could
didn't want to live
come
here.
to America?
Well, she has a visa. I mean, she's here. She has a visa, but she doesn't have a green card, and she doesn't want to get dual citizenship.
Bro,
But
we are giving visas to lesbian girlfriends. Bro, that's an L.
I've always wanted, because America sucks, and she doesn't like America.
Leave.
America, just like me.
Leave.
America sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why everyone tries to move here. That's interesting. Why does America suck?
Well, one, we're gay, so like everything that's going on with like
America's
possibly-
very gay.
Unfortunately. We should ban gay. That would be sick.
It's not heading that direction, Caleb.
Oh, thank God. Oh, the gays are scared. The greatest news I've ever heard. Someone show me the fucking Giga Chad meme. It's not heading in that direction. Giga Chad meme. That's right, baby. That's right, gays.
Very gay?
Well, like with gay like being okay, like we're kind of going more into like laws that, especially like against the trans community,
You're
and
not
then
trans.
also no, but I mean it's a part of our community.
But I could be. I could always be trans.
The LGBTQ community. We have to remember the trans people too.
No, sure, but
we have to remember mental retards as well as socially as perverts. Okay, we need people with degenerate sexual habits and mental retards to all be included in my great tapestry of society. And unfortunately, America's a lot of mental retards are unhappy with the direction America's going right now. W, let's go. I'd love to hear it.
It's not really going anti-gay. Things have only gone better for gay.
It's getting
In fact,
close to being overturned. So
That's why we're going to be moving to Palestine. That's right, baby. Palestine loves gay people.
Typically, even with trans things, despite what rhetoric you might see, because grass is always greener, typically the United States is on the forefront of progressive values. It's been European countries that banned beta blockers and other surgeries and anything for people underage, where you can still get that in the United States, state to state. We tend to be on the more progressive, hey, f it, do whatever you want side of things.
America. Yes. What do you want to
exactly.
say?
I'm just
Mexico's
saying,
like getting more progressive, whereas we're kind of going back.
And how
yeah, we're getting less progressive, thank God. Thank God we're not going to let you castrate children anymore. Shadow, thanks for the 2,000 kicks.
Is very traditionally
she's only gay because she's so fat she can't get a man. Yeah, many such cases.
Catholic Mexico think of trans people.
Well, even though like sometimes there are people that have religious views, they're not like quite as like here we have the conservatives, which since they're more prominent, I feel like they're kind of ruining
They're more
America.
prominent. Well, they won the last election.
Yeah.
Will they win the midterms?
That's how it works.
Typically not. People that usually are the sitting majority don't usually win in the midterms. But either way, even Republicans tend to not really have issue with gay people these days.
Bro, and she could vote. And she could vote.
Trans, very hot topic, for sure.
Well, I feel like a lot of the Republicans do have a problem with gay people, but in Mexico, like I feel more safe like being gay, holding hands with my girlfriend, even in like a small town.
Will gangs not
than I
kill
do
you for
here.
being gay in Mexico?
No.
Really?
No, absolutely not. 100% no. Gangs are not against people being gay. The whole like
gangs love gay people. Yup.
thing with like the cartel. You're only gonna end up in deep shit with them if you go looking for deep shit. So if you're an idiot.
Yeah, the cartel notably has never bothered anyone that didn't bother them first.
Yeah, but if you're not stupid, you're not gonna get killed. I don't know. I feel safe.
You know, usually where I hear like you can get killed, typically
you can
isn't
get
a
killed
street.
here for being gay, Caleb. So.
And how often does that happen?
Happens
very often. Please.
Shout out Renee Good. Shout out Renee Good, bro. That poor cop, that poor ICE agent that shot her in the face. That man's gonna need to live the rest of his fucking life. Everyone around him talking about how he killed Renee Good. Fucking stupid lesbian retard fighting to protect pedophiles. And who tried to kill an ICE agent, committed suicide by cop. The rest of his life, he's just gonna be thinking about how he is never gonna top that. He is never gonna top shooting Renee Good in her fucking face. That poor bastard. Oh God. Anyway, what I mean to say is, it's very sad that it happened. It's very sad that it happened, and that she committed suicide by cop. Very sad.
Please tell me, give me a recent case.
Well, there's the Sam Nordquist that happened in the last year, and then there was also a trans woman who was killed recently here, but I haven't done like a
Bro, trans people kill straight people more than straight people kill trans people.
bunch of research. I just saw
Was she
on
killed for
TikTok.
being trans, or was she killed because people die? People do die.
Well, Sam Nordquist, I don't know a lot about her story, but Sam Nordquist, he was killed for being trans.
Gallup, May 2025, just under 70% in the United States support gay
Bro, more trans people kill themselves than trans people get killed by other people. It's crazy that people are even treating this as normal.
marriage. Mexico, just about 60%.
Well, I don't know. I feel safer in Mexico.
Well, I reject your facts and substitute my own.
And yeah,
I feel safer in Mexico because they don't have Donald Trump and he's orange.
I mean, I've never had an issue, and I've had like a lot of people be homophobic here in America.
Based. America's so fucking back, baby. America's back. America's back. Bring out the homophobes. Let's go. Let's go. The greatest news of the day.
And I come from like a Christian conservative family, so.
Oh, maybe.
Bro, those your poor parents. Your poor parents. Parents getting betrayed by their children wherever they go.
It's that and not the country.
Yeah. But also, like, I don't know. I would never raise kids in America, and I've never wanted to like live here permanently.
I hope you don't raise kids at all if you're a lesbian.
So I'm very excited to be
Where would you purchase children? You're planning on purchasing some children?
starting my life.
Well,
in
I'm okay with
Mexico.
you moving somewhere, and I'm okay with you moving to Mexico.
Yeah, I'm okay with you getting killed by cartels. That'd be sick. No, I don't support that, obviously. That would be horrible. But it's insane. Now, I saw this pretty insane clip going around. A lot of people were talking about it. How essentially it seems like all of this shit is done on purpose. You know, it really seems like it's happening on purpose, intentionally mind raping the kids of our generation to believing this slop.
Operation SEG, yeah, so they go in, they create a massive, not misinformation, disinformation campaign, which, by the way, disinformation is coined by Stalin. And
Are you kidding?
Yeah, they create a disinformation campaign. They take the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, which, by the way, is just a plagiarized book. They take this book, they translate it to Arabic, and they send it throughout the Arab world. Why? Because step one, make the Arab world even more anti-Semitic, right? Because once we can get that and have them have more of a problem with the Jews, then we can go on to step two, right? Demonizing Israel. And all of this is confirmed, by the way. And then they start, every single buzzword you hear comes from Operation SEG. Yasser Arafat was a KGB agent with the code name.
I'm sorry. That's crazy. What?
Mahmoud Abbas, also a KGB agent with the code name. Mahmoud Abbas is the Palestinian president today, the Palestinian Authority president today. You know what they told Yasser Arafat? He had his own handler, essentially told him, hey, when you speak in Arabic, go ahead and say what you want to say, but when you speak to the West in English, stop saying stuff like jihad. Say you're fighting for human rights. It'll work better. Everything you hear today started from that. They were funding schools. Does that sound familiar? What do we see today? Qatar is funding schools. At the time, it was the Soviet Union. Qatar last year put more money into our university system, more money into our university last year alone than AIPAC and all the pro-Israel and the super PACs that AIPAC started in 2022. All of that combined in the past 28 years, Qatar did more in our university system last year alone than all of that combined.
Shit, we was Muslims and shit. Yeah, no, it's pretty insane. It's crazy. It honestly is wild. It's totally wild the way we're actually just getting mind fucked by retards because of a commie plot to manipulate dumb shitbags into betraying their parents and going on Caleb Hammer's podcast to get fucking obliterated. But it's insane watching it. It really is, and it's heartbreaking at the same time. Now, while our minds are getting destroyed by the communist government, the systems in place, the propaganda in the colleges, all right, the other form of the commie indoctrination arm is the media. It's not even close. That's where the Bolsheviks are, all right? They're out there producing slopaganda for the masses. Goy slop to shovel down everyone's throats. It's miserable. All right, so The Odyssey is this new movie coming out made by Christopher Nolan. He race swapped everyone. All right, so as you can see, this is a woman who chopped off her breasts and now is a 5'1" man that is acting as a creature in the Odyssey. Now, I would personally select for this individual to be one of the monsters, like one of the Greek monsters. It's like, I used to be a woman and now I am a Dementor. But no, Colossal W, they're just not doing that. Right? They could have made her Gollum. They could have been like, it's me, I used to be female and now I'm not. But no, the fucking cowards.
It's from the Odyssey.
All right, here we go.
Fake. I don't believe it.
Oh,
I don't believe it.
Bro, I love how they could have like made. It's like they needed to cast a black woman. They could have like picked a black woman, like that looked regal and royal and cool. But no, they picked an N-word. If you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. They picked. Oh Lord, Helen of Troy.
Oh, man. Let's see the other photos.
Helen of Troy, notorious for putting pineapple in Kool-Aid. That's right, baby. That's right. She is not a black woman. That is an N-word. It's a whole other breed. We was kings and shit. Yeah, shit. We was whites and shit. Helen Detroit. True, that's cool. That's right.
Oh man, it's all in the trailer. Oh, there's a trailer. It came out 8 hours ago.
Oh,
it has 22,000 dislikes.
Here we go.
Don't you remember?
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, there it is.
Fire.
Fire.
Uh-oh.
Death.
Death.
My dad is coming home.
My dad.
You're pining for a daddy you didn't even know.
Daddy.
Like some sniveling bastard. I could take this from you.
They're not giving up power to you. Who doesn't understand pain? Or blood? The gods told you.
Oh man.
Well, I don't really like Matt Damon as Odysseus. I'm not even talking about Helen of Troy. I feel like the only character in this entire thing that like really fit, you know, Robert Pattinson being like the main suitor who's trying to usurp Odysseus is like, definitely this is clean. This is really good. Otherwise, I mean, I just don't see Matt Damon as Odysseus. There's something about him. People are
that's the issue.
Speculating about the studio is panicking. Are they really? I mean, there is a lot of negative sentiment about the Odyssey. There is. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey to skip.
I can't believe the gods betrayed the trans person.
Social media influencer screenings. Yeah, because they don't want to. The thing is that inside of the media ecosystem, the most important thing for them is to
the goidacy.
Maintain the artificial majority that they have.
That's
so
right.
whenever they have something like the Odyssey,
it's a gigantic psyop, a massive freaking psyop. It's all here to rape your mind.
Or whatever that comes out, social media will drill down on this because here's the fundamental.
This be her reaction when Carmelo Anthony goes to jail for stabbing a white boy.
Reality. Not a single mainstream publication will criticize the
fucking shit
casting of
that's a white woman,
a black
that is a Greek
actress as Helen of Troy as a very clearly
Helen Detroit
socially motivated political decision.
It's obviously a political decision. It's all to mind rape you. We was gangs and shit. Right? Listen, the commie propaganda, first they destroy your history, and then they destroy your future. All right? If they control the past, they control the future. This is how it works. It is obviously a strategy to mind rape a generation.
Everybody knows Helena Troy wasn't black. Casting a black female as Helena Troy is obvious social messaging, and it just...
We are here in Troy. Troy, Wakanda. Wakanda, Troy. It will be the greatest civilization in all of grace. The gods have smiled upon me here in grace. Odysseus, Zeus, Lord of the Sky, he has promised me all sorts of children.
Just immediately kills the immersion for a movie. And I think that most people see that for what it is. And you effectively ask them, I want you to...
Oh, that's a woman. That is a woman with a mental illness.
Engage in this fantasy with me that you know they're bullshitting. I know they're bullshitting. Everybody knows they're bullshitting. Social media is the only environment where people like this are able to express their viewpoints on topics this way without fear of institutional repercussions.
Well, that's, unless you're in England, then you might go to jail. You might go to jail for saying that black people weren't Helen of Troy.
Because the opinion that I just shared is an opinion that you are effectively not allowed to have. But here's where the problem comes, is that the problem is that if a lot of people feel that way, and none of these publications are referring that or reflecting that,
you're just going to lose complete faith in the establishment. And that's exactly what happened. The reason why Trump won the presidency, ultimately, even though he got 99% negative news coverage, all right, is because the people are tired of the establishment and don't believe them anymore.
Then where's the representation?
It's over. It's completely over. They absolutely lost.
Overall, I just feel like a lot of people are kind of sick of it. I think
you don't say. You don't say.
They're sick of it.
You think people are all like going to continue deluding themselves into making believe that this is a man? Like the funny thing is, no one is falling for this. All right, I think that transgenderism is a fantastic example of an obviously retarded ideology that does not actually work on almost anyone. I think that 90% of people think that men and women can't just change genders by deciding it and castrating themselves. I just think that the Democrat side, they are just held hostage by the retards on the fringe that they're trying to appease because they believe that reality doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if men can't be women. You just say they can because it'll make retards happy, right? And the reality is, no one's falling for this anymore. We're not scared. We're not scared of your commie bullshit.
The oddest...
And it keeps getting worse, apparently. Like, there was a complete internet rejection
I showed you guys
of this entire shit.
Yesterday, it's just getting worse.
Holy shit.
51,000 versus 265,000 dislikes.
Insane. My brothers, I don't understand why you are disliking my video. I am Helen of Troy. I descend from Brooklyn. I mean Greece.
In timeline where a Christopher Nolan movie about a grizzled white dudes and beautiful women is too woke to watch. Paul is intentionally misunderstanding.
That's the left. The left basically uses words to manipulate you. They don't actually believe in any of the things they say. Because if you are an anti-reality death cult that doesn't even believe that men could be women, then every word they use is a manipulation tactic in order to further their goal. That is why they are like demons from Freerun. They are demons. They use words to manipulate you. That's it. The end. Sorry. You can never trust them ever. It's not that they misunderstand. A lot of people like being good faith. Oh, they just misunderstand the backlash. No. They understand the backlash. They are manipulating words to lie to you because reality doesn't matter to these people. The narrative matters to these people. In other words, they're liars.
As always, right? Everybody knows why they cast a black woman as Helena Troy.
Yeah.
Everybody knows why you have Elliot.
They say, oh, you just hate black people? Oh, you just hate black people? And if I do... No, I don't. Obviously not. Of course not. Black people are made in the image of God. And I think that black people should come together and they should make a historical, epic tale about what happened in Wakanda. All right. All right. Listen, man. I'm not playing this fucking game. I don't care about your manipulation. Your tactics don't work. You can call me racism. None of that shit matters.
Page that's being cast in this movie as like a Greek warrior or
something. The fact that anyone is taking Elliot Page as a human seriously is just going to show that they're completely and utterly ideologically captured to manipulate people.
something like that. This is just simply not something people are interested in because they realize that it's being done for a political reason. The Birdman is saying the Odyssey trailer dislikes are botted or fake. Wait, what? Did he really make a video about this? Fake dislikes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood Birdman here. I am just out of the shower. It is 11:15 in the morning.
Wakanda isn't real, Nux. Shh. Shh. You could just make up Black history. I don't know if you're aware. I don't know if you're aware. Shh. It's Helen of Wakanda, okay?
You guys know I've been saying for forever that
It's an inside joke because I don't remember who it was. It was one of the Black actresses that was talking about it that actually believed that Wakanda was real. And she went to like a village, some village in the Congo or some shit, and she saw paintings and she was like, oh my God, that's just like in Wakanda they had about the Black Panther. And they're like, wait, that's not real. You know that's not real. You know that's not real, right? Yeah, that was a real story that happened. It was one of the wildest fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
these are not showing you the actual fact.
It's a projection, yeah. It's like basically you're saying like, oh, it's not being disliked 5 to 1, it's being disliked 3 to 1. Minus 10 minutes of my life. I think that once you look at a ratio of over 5 to 1, this is not a mistake, especially when every single one of these comments, look at this here, has 13,000 likes, and it's just a comment. Like at a certain point, you have to stop coping. Okay, well, let me read some of the comments.
But again, this is the left we're dealing with. Okay, this is the left, and it's the craziest thing ever. The left doesn't care about reality. That's why they could say this. It's not even like a matter of coping. This guy thinks men could be women. He's already a retard, all right? We're just, you know, arguing over the details.
The face that emptied 1,000 seats. Sisyphus was cursed by the gods to watch this movie on repeat. Look at me. I'm the Helen now. The daddy moment really helps bring you into ancient Greek mythology.
They're pining for a daddy you didn't even know, like some sniveling bastard.
There's more Greek in my yogurt in the fridge than in this movie. The face that launched 1,000 ships to go in the other direction. The face that launched 1,000 huns. The face that launched 1,000. Okay. I'm surprised they forgot the rap music. The Odyssey, Downtown LA edition. The only thing missing is Pedro Pascal as one of the sirens. The gods can eat my shorts, said Bart, son of Homer. A 3,000-year-old Greek story with 0 Greeks in it. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? The official countdown, is that a threat? It's gotta be a humiliation ritual for Nolan. Chris Nolan have lived long enough to be the villain. I can't believe they haven't shut the comments down. You never learn. This is how they choose to use Zendaya. She's so wooden that she could have been the horse. This trailer feels like it was at the beginning of Tropic Thunder 2.
Yeah, no, obviously they did not like it.
I've got to ask, has there ever been a movie that's come out that was actually good that had a negative ratio for a trailer that was this bad? Sonic the Hedgehog. So the only example it can come up with is Sonic the Hedgehog.
But to be fair, in the original Sonic trailer, they actually changed it, though. They literally changed the entire look for Sonic after all that happened. All right? Let's not forget that little detail.
Because Sonic the Hedgehog, they went back to the drawing board and they redid everything in terms of the way that Sonic looked. And that's the reason why the movie was successful. If the movie had released in its original state, then I think that it would have not been successful. Nolan names might save it. They'll never stop and blame us and keep going on to the next one. Well, eventually companies are going to stop paying for it. I think that if the Odyssey fails, it will be such a bad, like, kind of a blow to like that whole ideology that we might see a lot of it just totally go away.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's an op. I think that these people are literally working together with the CIA and the commies in order to push this fucking bullshit narrative down the throats of children. Primarily because this isn't fooling anyone that's not a child or a retard. All right, and that's what we're dealing with. Apparently it's now the #1 most disliked video trailer on all of YouTube. All right, USAID money is running out and all of a sudden they gotta hire D-list libtards to do this shit. It's crazy. Look, we'll see what happens. Ultimately, it's wild. Now, there was another woke downfall that just happened, and it's the Superman trailer, the Supergirl movie that just came out. All right, where she's some woke badass girl boss creature and got absolutely fucking humiliated.
Supergirl opens with 36 million domestically. That did worse than Morbius.
Dude, worse than Morbius is
It got
insane.
mogged by Morbius.
Oh,
Lower opening weekend than Morbius and the Marvels. Lower than Morbius is crazy. Supergirl
Bro,
stands.
they literally did a second release for Morbius in theaters just because Morbius got so bad. No one watched Morbius to the point that there was like this meme, and then Morbius said it's Morbin time, and then morbed all over the place. All right, they made these jokes about Morbius because the joke was literally no one fucking watched Morbius. And Supergirl did worse than that. Dude, this is awesome.
To lose $100 million. The DC Studios tentpole cost $170 million to produce, and roughly $120 million.
Dude, I love that they're taking these L's.
$1 million to market. Can you imagine who would win in a fight? A $120 million budget or one drunk British guy? Peter Stefan has made a statement about Supergirl underperforming at the box office. So they even went and said this. While Supergirl didn't meet box office expectations, it's just one component of a broader long-term strategy.
was strong, independent women and shit.
Strategy at DC Studios we remain confident in. What's the strategy? Losing money? Destroying your brand value? Basically, he's saying, like, we failed once, yes? But imagine if we failed many times after that. When did it become good Hollywood practice to piss off a potential audience? I guess women know that this is just how it's always been. If you're pissing the right kind of people off, you're doing okay. Well,
I love it. I love it, man. I love it. It's incredible. These people are amazing. It's like... Yeah, we lost millions and we tanked the studio and we destroyed the country. But we pissed off the right people. Got him! Got him!
If you piss too many of them off, then you're not doing okay. You can tell people...
Bro, again, this is what I mean by libtards who do not understand reality. They're like, yeah, fuck capitalism. We actually failed on purpose. We actually made a really shitty movie that didn't sell any tickets on purpose. Yeah, take that, libtards. Got him! Got him! Capitalism is bad, so we didn't make any money on purpose. Psycho! Oh my god, did we show those? Did we show those conservatives who's really boss?
Million ways.
I'm a girl boss, and I don't care about your opinion, like, that we should make money on this movie.
Million times about how you have the right opinions, but if enough people have the wrong opinions, then you have the wrong opinions, and you're not going to make any money. This is the girl.
I have many queer friends. I think because she doesn't live inside the binary of what we think a woman should be, that is what makes her so special and so exciting and so new.
Paul Tassi, you are not going to convince me Millie Alcock saying liberal things is the reason why Supergirl bombed. When harassed to living hell, Brie Larson's Captain Marvel made $1.1 billion. You guys don't matter as much as you think.
Again, it's the craziest cope in the world. If you think... yeah, the actual audience that needs to watch the movie, the fact that they hate it actually doesn't affect the movie at all. Libtard logic brought to its absolute extreme. There it is. There it is, boys. Yes, the prospective fan base does not need to enjoy the content. You don't actually matter. Massive people that should be paying for tickets.
The movie was after Infinity Wars. Yeah, Captain Marvel did really well because the MCU was a much more successful franchise than, you know, the DCU, right? I mean, like, nobody cares.
No, because the MCU, it was like the #1 franchise on the planet. I'm pretty sure at that time, Endgame, for example, was the #1 grossing movie of all time. All right? Like, so it's coming off of Heat. Okay? Like, what are we even talking about? And then they come out with Slop, but it has a name, a brand name that's really exciting. So people went to watch the Slop. Once, they didn't rewatch the Slop. They're not retarded and suicidal. But yeah, that's how it works.
About Supergirl. The writer for Supergirl literally only had a short film in her resume. She was hired because of nepotism and her gender. The script for...
And you wonder, why? Why would they, in this multi-billion-dollar studio, put this random retarded bitch who only worked on one, like, little screenwriting play or whatever in charge of this massive movie? Why would they do this? Why? If financially it doesn't make sense. So, again, that lends to the theory that I very much like. This is literally propaganda that is funded by the CIA. Objectively. We know that the CIA write scripts for Hollywood and edit scripts for Hollywood. Objectively, this does not make sense. You don't hire a fucking retarded nobody to run a multi-billion-dollar company. You don't do that if your goal is actually creating good movies to make money. Let's be real.
Supergirl is so good that James Gunn wants writer Anna, whoever the fuck, involved in multiple DCU projects.
And just for context, this was a comment made by James Gunn a year and a half before the movie came out.
What is it like actually writing both Supergirl and working on Wonder Woman?
I try to approach every character that I write.
Bro, they just put her in all the girl boss movies. So here are a bunch of women that are supposed to be strong and don't need no man. You're going to write all of those. They're all going to be shit. They're all going to be shit. The money laundering is going to be huge.
From a place of what feels the most true to me about them.
James Gunn walking into Warner Bros. Offices this morning. Oh, no.
Good to see you.
Yeah, can I say one thing to you?
Yeah.
I've watched every clip, and it looks amazing.
Oh, dude, you don't even know. I'm not going to brag, but...
Yeah, you could if you want to. Yeah.
Oh. It's bad.
You don't even know. Well, I guess nobody does.
I just want to get my timeline down right. And we love Henry, of course. And
yes, he's the sweetest guy.
Sweet guy. Love him. Thought he was coming back. We all thought he was coming back. Then soon thereafter, you get the gig as the head of DCU. At a certain point, you and Peter have to have that unfortunate phone call, I would imagine.
No, we sat down with him. We sat down with Henry.
So without revealing too much, I mean, what is that like to have to be the guy to tell Superman, we have to go a different way now?
It's probably good, honestly. That way he can make good movies and not be tied down. It's like, hey, I'm really sorry, but you're not going to be the captain of the Titanic anymore. I know you were really looking forward to being part of the Concordia, but unfortunately, we're going to have to go with a different captain.
All of a sudden, they were announcing Henry was back, and I'm like, what is going on? We know what the plan is. The plan was to come in and do Superman.
Yeah.
So they completely bait and switched people just to get them excited for something that they knew wasn't going to happen.
It's all fucking smoke and mirrors. The goal is the propaganda. It's not the art. So now they just have to find a way to package the propaganda to put it in front of as many people as they possibly can. And no one actually wants to be real about it. But that's what's going on. So the propaganda is, I don't know, the girl boss, the fucking gay shit, whatever else they want to shove into their movies and promote to the masses and propagate to the people. And then they have to come up with a way to package it in a way that more people will see it. So Superman is a big brand name. Wonder Woman, big brand name. All right, so to slap it on the DCU, all right? So that already puts it in front of some eyeballs, all right? And then you have to convince people that it's just a follow-up of some other movie that people liked. It is a gigantic marketing campaign held together by spit and duct tape because the actual content is dog shit. And they know it's dog shit, and they don't care because the goal is the propaganda, and they just need to design the packaging to put it in front of enough people.
I'm surprised he's even saying this. I feel like they probably got really mad at him for saying this privately.
So we came in, and that was really unfortunate. I'm like, this poor guy. And so Peter and I, the right thing to do is to sit down with him and talk to him. Yeah. And we sat down, we talked to him. He was an absolute gentleman, a great guy about it. He said, the only thing I ask is that I'm able to reveal it myself as opposed to it coming from you guys. I'm like, that's
he's a class act. Always has been from the start. Yeah. Would it be too confusing to cast him in your DC universe going forward?
No, guys, just stop it.
That is embarrassing.
Stop it. Just stop the extended universe. It's over. It's done. You know it's done. What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
We all know it's because it worked before, so they're using that packaging to push slop down your throats. That's what it's always been about, and it is more obvious than literally ever. It's insane, but people are still falling for it, so I guess, hey, they'll keep driving it until it's completely dead. The good news is AI is here. And the good news is they're going to have a lot more competition now than they ever have before. Anime, for example, breaks into the, major market. All right, everyone's watching anime right now. People are literally watching anime more than this shit. Anime movies are beating Hollywood films now. which is insane if you think about it, just like compared to a couple years ago. You know, you got the Demon Slayer movie and the Chainsaw Man movie and the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and these movies literally beat Hollywood productions, like the big ones, and it's not even close. You get indie filmmakers making stuff like The Backrooms or Obsession, other movies that are just winning, right? You got the amazing Digital Circus, which is a YouTube production that ended up on Netflix and got more views than every single one of these Hollywood movies, and it's not even remotely close. And now with AI, literally the keys to the kingdom are being handed to the people. The reality is their reign is ending. They know it's ending, so they're trying to shovel as much slop from a dying empire down your throats as much as they can until it's completely and utterly fucking over. Anyway, that's a deep dive into all of the things. That's what we do here every day. We try for another deep dive. This was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. Definitely follow me there. I'm live every weekday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I try. It's a blast. It's great. The chat's awesome. Everyone's racist. It's beautiful. We'll absolutely love it here. My videos are all demonetized, so if you could support me on Patreon, that would be very appreciated. YouTube hates me and silences me, basically, because they don't like that I have to say things. So unfortunately, I'm going to continue saying things. It really sucks for certain people, but thanks to your support, I can survive. So if you could support me on Patreon, join the crusade. It would be really appreciated. And every day, another deep dive. Subscribe so we can surpass Ben Shapiro and become top Jew. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.